Get out of here. Hi. I want Rock here, but I want to say a few things first. Son of a gun. It was a surprise to see you right next to me. No, Rock, I love you. I love you. Hold on a second. Give me a moment. Hope everyone had a wonderful, lovely week. We have Aaron of Alexandria. How's it going? Good to see you. Yeah, back with another community members night. Those who wish to join, who are members on Ko-Fi or who are subscribed to Twitch, are welcome to join. If you do have that tag, you can join Discord and grab the link from my Discord, because if it's all attached and looking good, you can join there. The link is available to you under the subscriber chat. So, but I hope you had a really good week. Do I have a command for Ko-Fi? Well, regardless, the link to Ko-Fi is down below. Any support shown off the platform is always great. Keep us independent of other companies such as YouTube or Twitch. They're just so damn big, man. We gotta learn to do stuff off of there. But yeah, I had a really interesting week. It was very busy. I'm gonna shut my door here. It was a busy week, but it's Aloha Friday, so I got my Friday Aloha shirt on. Feeling good. Got the sunglasses back on because the future is bright. I gotta make sure I don't blind myself. But yeah, now I like doing these community streams when we can, for those who are around and feel like hanging out. And it, like I said, I guess for those who support on a monetary level, it gives you guys another way to be a part and see your dollar go the extra mile. What the hell? So I hope everyone's doing well. But yeah, we'll see. We got Rock in the back there. He stepped away for a moment, but I got my coffee hot and ready. It's beautiful. There's been doing a lot of chatting with friends, my mods, trying to figure out future stuff, where the channel's going, where I'm going. I think there's a fair amount of discovery that one does when they commit themselves to doing content on the internet. And if you don't make it like immediately, you got to navigate your soul, in a sense, find out like who you are as a person, like who you want people to understand you as. I think that's one of those hard questions that maybe some don't think about. How do I want people to think of me? I guess in a way it's like the legacy question, like what do I want to be known or remembered for? What is the point of what I'm doing? What do I want to accomplish in the long run? All those questions, like things that I've been talking about and things I've been discussing and trying to understand myself, because like I said, it's easy enough to jump on your computer, hit the record button, and come up with some sort of content. But where does it go, right? Like where are you in 2 years, a year? Where are you where are you in 6 months? Where are you in a year, 2 years, and on down the line, especially in a space of content creation online? This is the thing. I don't particularly like when I say something like content creation, right? Excuse me. I feel like that word is really overused. Like my job is to help individuals like integrate into their real life and get good jobs and understand how to be employable, so that they can benefit themselves. I think if there's one thing I've come to realize over the past couple of years is people's inability to remain employable and be good people for themselves and just for others in general. So it's I guess in some regard that's the direction things are going. I don't know. It's interesting because like it's a hard space to navigate because for me personally, I really like talking with people. I like discussions. I like having fun, obviously, but I think overall it comes down to like if I can help someone better themselves, that's why I'm here. I guess that's the idea. If I can help someone better themselves, it's a win because I try and do that on a daily basis. So I don't know. What's up, Rock?
What's up?
What's happening?
Another day in paradise. I'm actually just cooking, so everyone's kind of hungry.
What are you
So I thought
cooking?
I'll hop on and talk to you a little bit before your show, but I guess I'm just going to be a part of the show now, which is fine. It's fine. How are you, Shags? You started going pretty deep on a conversation here that I wasn't listening to at all.
Yeah. It's I don't know. It's a question. I was talking with Aurora today, and it was just sort of like a deep, like where are you going? Like what do you want? What do you want? I forget the question she asked exactly, but it was kind of like, what's the point of what you do? And I was like, shit, I don't know if I can really put it into words. And that was like, it got me thinking, like, what is the point of this? Like, what's my goal? Like, what's the community building goal? You know, what's the end game? What Trey said. Well, you're having a more positive impact on the world than me since I just code stuff. Well, that's not true. It's not a contest, you know. I think that's like, I think ultimately, and as wishy-washy as the goal may be, like my goal is not to like necessarily be better than others or even like place a hierarchy on it. Like it's a matter of I don't know. I want everyone to succeed and be good and like have a positive impact. And
Is
I
it
think
important to you?
Yeah.
Is it important to you? Are you happy with the decisions that you have made with this channel?
Mm-hmm. So far.
Then
Yep.
Congratulations.
It's a win.
It is a win.
Wednesday nights are now fun for me because of you. Well, that means a lot. Thank you. That's the goal. I'm starting to see that the show is becoming more and more just fun as the weeks progress, and I think that as our guests understand the fun nature of the show, I think at times it can have its like uptightness and weirdness or whatever, but I think it's any show because you're navigating people's personalities and how they joke and all that. And no, I think it's good. Wednesdays have been fun so far. The goal of Wednesday is like succeeding. A win's a win, and that's the end. Yeah, man. You gotta celebrate the wins, man. You're doing good, man. I mean, at the end of the day, like someone like you, Trey, what I see is like your life is largely centered around your family, right? And you have young kids, and like that's the goal, to make them happy and to provide for them. Same with me at times. Just trying to take that extra step to expand my influence outward. You also ruined ranch dressing for me. Yeah, I've heard that a few times that
I didn't like ranch anyways.
people don't enjoy ranch quite as much anymore.
No one's enjoyed ranch as much as Shags, him and his guzzling.
You bet. Yeah.
That and spoiling.
You go cook it, damn it. You go cook it, Rock. Son of a gun. Love you too. Ranch sucks anyways. Hey man, you take that back. Caesar or honey mustard are better. Honey mustard's pretty good. I've had some gnarly honey mustard though. Like you gotta eat at the right time. So I feel like it can like spoil quick. Yeah, the Wednesday night show has been fun. I'm trying to expand outward from that. I think where the lack of like direction comes at times with my channel is started on Twitch, and a lot of my stuff has been gaming related. And then moving over to YouTube, I wanted to have like my own space to sort of provide people with my own take on and own opinions on the culture at large. And then, but I also really enjoy movies, and so I was seeing how other content creators will, they'll mix the two in, and I was like, well, I can do that because I really like I said, I really like film. I like, I keep up with the culture and all that stuff. So I wanted my own little slice of it. I guess the difficulty, and when you're kind of carving out your own place in the world, is like, why is my stuff different than everyone else's? That's what I have to figure out. That's the question, is what are you doing that's different than person A, B, C, D, E, F, G? It's like, holy shit. Blue cheese for the win. Okay. I can get down with that. I can get down with that. Blue cheese is pretty good. It's got to be in the right, I don't know. Got to have the right kind of blue cheese. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing with my channel. Just talking like a moron mainly. Yeah. But that's what we do. That's what we do to start, I think. Should have seen my reaction when I was told that what blue cheese was when I was a kid. Still love it though. When you were first told it was just mold. Actually, this cheese is spoiled. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the struggle though, Trey, is like, I think there's a few people in the world, a few people out there who can like know what they're doing like straight away, and they just do it, and they do really well really fast. And then there's the rest of people who take time and they evolve. And again, it kind of comes down to like, well, what do you want out of it? I think that sort of steers your journey as well. I'm thinking of making a cooking channel, but I'm extremely shy. But I think that's the best part about something like that, Heron, is like you can do something like you can do something like a cooking show, and rather than being like on camera, you sort of talk out your process, And I think that's the fun part about starting channels is like for the most part, people, it's trial and error. You're seeing what works. You're seeing what people enjoy. So you, cool, Trey. I'm down. And you just sort of talk your way through it. You figure out what makes you comfortable. You don't have to be on camera. It could just be like a top down, like people will see your hands while you're cooking and like cutting or something like that, and scraping and putting the stuff in the whatchamahoo's it there. I think it would be awesome. I would love to watch a good cooking channel. My wife loves all that stuff too. Can I really subscribe to my own YouTube channel? Is that a thing? You should. You should do it. %, I think, of like YouTubing is convincing yourself to turn the camera on. Like it's 90% of it. Then the rest is easy. I think of it like writing. Like a lot of times when I'm writing something, I'll spend a lot of time writing like gibberish. It'll just be stuff that doesn't make any sense. It'll be me describing what's around me in a room. And then eventually I'll sort of work my way into making something, because it's like warming up your car in the wintertime. You gotta get the engine hot a little bit, and then your car runs really smooth. I like to make ancient and historical recipes. That I feel like that channel would take off. I would absolutely support a channel like that. It would just be fun. Very fun, and like stuff you just don't see, right? Stuff you don't see that often. It's like no one makes it anymore. What's up, Killbot? Good to see you, man. We had our first community movie night last night, but rather than a movie, we watched She-Hulk, which was interesting. It was very interesting. I don't know if anyone here, well, I know Killbot was there to watch it, but I don't know if anyone else watched it. It was interesting, to say the least. It was interesting, to say the least. And I don't know. There are those who like to defend the Marvel shows and try and pretend that they're good. I don't know. Like, again, I guess the beauty is in the eye of the beer holder, essentially. People will like what they like, and that's fine. I think there's certain things about bad television and bad movies that you can't ignore. You know, calm down. It's just a movie. Yeah, well, you pay good money for this stuff often, especially like a subscription service like Disney, if you're not sailing the high seas.
I'm gonna be stuffing my face.
Oh, okay.
Let me keep the camera off.
As a Marvel normie, She-Hulk was bad.
It was awful.
Thank you.
I watched that first episode. It was like seriously bad.
Right. I think too, like, I don't know. I think her face looked bad. Like the CGI, like when she would like if she just sat still, it looked good. But when she started like talking and smiling and screaming, it looked fake and bad. Like Mark Ruffalo's Hulk looks fine. I feel like it always has looked good. But yeah, She-Hulk just didn't look good, first of all.
She just looked disproportionate, and she didn't look right. Didn't feel like she felt. Didn't feel like the actor was actually in need for this role, and I just wish it was better. And I was so sad when it came out, and I watched it with my girl, and it just ended up being real spicy.
Well, I thought too, like, you know, if she's so close with Bruce, she knows his struggles. She knows like the things that he's gone through, or have an idea of it anyway. And then so she becomes a Hulk, and she's immediately dismissive of all his health. I got this. I know this. I'm different. I'm better. Like, bitch, shut the fuck down and let him explain what might be going on in your body. Like,
yeah, the guy who's had it for like years and years and years. He's trying to teach you the stuff. You already got a leg up. Let him help.
Right.
Jesus.
And people are making comments too, like, oh, she can control it already. The problem is, like, that follows canon. Like, she, in the comics, it was the same way. Like, her triggers weren't necessarily rage and anger, though it still made her like super strong in the way it makes Bruce really strong. But yeah, it just seemed to, like, at a lot of different turns, like, belittle men once again. Ain't my incompetent male, coworkers. It couldn't just be your incompetent coworkers. It had to be your incompetent male coworkers. Of course, she's, her lawyer partner there. She's right in the beginning is telling him to shut up and get out and all that, make him look like a dick. And the cat calling guys or whatever outside the bar. You know, every single thing. And you know, I understand it's supposed to illustrate her struggles as a woman, but Jesus Christ,
That scared me.
that little boop.
Yeah.
What's up, Trey?
What's up, guys?
The future is bright. Keep them shades on, man.
Definitely.
Hail the lore of the ring. Hail, brother. How's it going, man? Everyone says she's a narcissist. Yeah, I mean, that's part of the issue. And actually, there was a good excerpt of the comic that was floating around that illustrated like how interactions actually happened. I have it here somewhere. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Let's take a look. So the actual interaction kind of went like this. She says, "I'm no victim. I'm a victim no longer. I fight back. She-Hulk. I'm an aggressive, positive force for good. So you don't blame me for what I did to you, because in the comics she gets like shot up by like these people she's prosecuting, like these I believe it's like this mafia or whatever, and then Bruce is the only blood type that matches her, so he gives her a blood transfusion, and of course because of that she becomes She-Hulk. And she says, "Blame you? I'm trying to tell you that I'm so grateful I could kiss you. I like being green, fighting supervillains, being an Avenger. Cousin, we're not monsters. We've got a great gift. There's power and the ability to do good." Like, this is the exact opposite of this scene in the show. Like, the exact opposite of what happens in the show.
Yeah,
So,
I'm like, what am I reading here? This is not what happened at all.
No. It's just like, why would you change this? This is like the most empowering thing. Like, well, yeah, I know why you change it, because you couldn't possibly have a man doing something good for a woman and, you know, making her powerful. She has to do it all on her own.
Well, and this is there's a little bit of a deeper discussion that can be had. I don't know how deep you guys like to go down the rabbit hole or whatever, but essentially all the way down. So like if you really look at it, so previously in America we would have Christianity as the primary religion. Well, we decided that there were too many like puritanical, you know, really quote unquote backwards Christians that like, oh, they want to, you know, censor Pokemon, and they want to, you know, they say rap music is the devil. So let's just, you know, get rid of that. Like, let's not do religion at all. So you have this sort of like secularized section of time where now like everything is going to be secularized and no longer you have any religion. So there was some gap that had to be filled, and obviously they filled that gap with the new religion of this like woke stuff. And essentially it is a religion. It has every property from begging repentance, like for your sins. Like if you say a bad word, like if you know were to say a naughty word like the N word or something like that, like they have to beg your repentance. Like you have to pay penance to them and, you know, pray to the fathers or whatever, you know, well, mothers, I guess, in this case, because it's probably going to be a woman. Yeah. But like you have to, it has every characteristic of a religion. And so they have to support it. And if you look at it even further, the fact that the state is supporting it more and more is a fact that they basically established it as the new state religion. So like, that's why like this is extended. And some people have made allegories to Germany before, or like before it actually became World War II. You know, and rightfully so, because there was this guy who talked about he had a diary, and he talks about the German cat. And what the concept of the German cat is that whenever you have the total state. And that's the concept that we're going with of it here. This total state that has to penetrate everything that you view that you are involved in. And they have to put the state religion into every single thing that you do. So this new woke has to be, been canonized as the state religion. So then you have to actually apply it to every single entity that is under the purview of the state, which pretty much every corporation is. So that's why
it would seem so. Like,
because the story is this guy's, he wrote in his diary, he's getting magazines. He lives in Germany. He's just getting magazines about cats. He just subscribed to the cat magazine because he likes cats. And the idea is that over time he just starts seeing them talking about, oh, the German cat. The German cat is the best cat, and the true authentic German cat. What are the properties of the true authentic German cat? And he's like, I subscribe to see cat pictures. Like, what is this journal turning into? So now the journal has to talk about the German cat as opposed to any other cat. So that's basically the allegory that we're coming up against here.
Yep. I did want to show. We had lofty.
Yes, Heron is right about the slippery slope was only a prediction. It was never
right
like a actual fallacy.
So Wednesday we had Lofty Pixels on the show, and today he put out one of the best memes I've ever seen. So I'm gonna play it for you guys because I was like, this is exactly what I was thinking during this part of the show.
When incompetent men explain my own area of expertise to me, I do it pretty much every day, because if I don't, I will get called emotional or difficult, or might just literally get murdered.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you.
I got low. I didn't see an end, so I put a bullet in my mouth, and the other guy spit it out.
Left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my
Clint, where's Nat?
still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone.
When I had the gauntlet with the stones, I really tried to bring her back. I miss her, man.
Me too.
I might just literally get murdered. So I'm an expert at controlling my anger because I do it infinitely more than you.
Puny woman.
Jeez.
This was such a perfect encapsulation, I think, of anyone who has spent any amount of time in the Infinity Saga was thinking this thing, infinitely more than you. Are you insane? Do you have any idea what you like? This is where Hollywood goes wrong, because in the context of the MCU, she hasn't done shit or suffered shit compared to Bruce. What they're doing here is they're taking you out of that and trying to put you into the I'm the everyday woman, and this has nothing to do with the MCU. Women in general always feel this way. It's no, just you. I don't know. It's so goddamn.
It's infuriating. It's crazy. Say it.
Well, there was a good. I don't know if you saw V's video earlier today. He did Dr. Manhattan. Hold on, I gotta send you this link. V did Dr. Manhattan talking about the new She-Hulk, and basically it's just Dr. Manhattan is saying he's saying it. Here's the first female. Here's the first. He keeps repeating it. Let's see.
Hello, chat. Sorry, Ryan. How you doing, buddy?
It's here's the first female, because they've done it so many times. It's the first female,
Oh, yeah.
You gotta play this one. It's great.
Excuse me.
I get it muted.
Oops.
It is March 2019. Captain Marvel, the first female-led MCU, is released. Fans who criticize it are
What?
accused of hating women. It is June 2021. Black Widow, the first female-led MCU project, is released. Fans who criticize it are accused of hating women. It is June 2022. Miss Marvel, the very first female-led MCU project, is released. Fans who criticize it are accused of hating women. It is August 2022. She-Hulk, the very first female-led MCU project, is released. Criticizers are accused of hating women.
And he had another video where he's talking about like somebody said like somebody had a comparison between that and the Raid Shadow Legends ads, and they were like, wow, the CGI looks so much better. And he was like V is talking about like, oh yeah, it's obviously because these people are being hired like for the people who are making the CGI for Raid Shadow Legends are being hired based on merit and not like ideology. So like the people who are doing it actually care that they get like the good CGI, and like you have all these activists that are being hired at Disney, and then they're just not good at their job. And it's a way to get power and be able to have that position that you wouldn't otherwise like be able to get.
It's just weird because like it does seem like, because you talk all the time about like how like female superheroes or female heroes have existed for forever. You know, it's not all of a sudden new that we have a powerful female, you know. But it's now all of a sudden it's like, no, we need these more than ever. It's like you had them. You had Ellen Ripley, you had Sarah Connor, you had I even posted the other day or yesterday a picture of Gina Davis from A League of Their Own. Like these are all like strong, independent women in their own right. But you know, it was one of those things that you just like, but only now do we need to be told and shown like how amazing these women really are.
And you need to be shown how much they hate men. Like that's the most important thing. Is like
that's the
like,
weird part.
Because you were saying like the League of Their Own. Like, I saw you posted a tweet about like the fact that they had to have a full on like scene like, oh yeah, you know, like us two get it on or whatever. Which I mean like, you know, whatever with that. But like the fact that they were like, oh yeah, you know, like, you know, no men, you know, and all this stuff, and guys suck, and then they do this kind of stuff. It's like, okay, well.
Well, it starts with like, you know, okay, men are toxic, and then women need to be independent. It's like we just got to break down these. It's like these weird like, okay, you got to break down the gender norms. It's like, well, there's something to be said for them. Like they are important in many ways. So when you do that, then you're tearing at the fabric of society, and that's where things start to unravel and fall apart. And now we can't. Like it's normal and okay to.
And welcome to dystopia. We live in it. That's where we live now. This is the dystopia isn't what you thought it was going to be. Like it's not cyberpunk. It's not something crazy. The dystopia is the fabric of reality being torn apart by people who are think that they're doing the right thing, but are only causing, you know, moral and creative destruction.
Which I think too is like they're like the most dependent on others too. Like these people who are changing the rules up like this and tearing at that fabric, like when it is finally torn apart, will be the first ones to go. Like they just won't be able to survive on their own. You know, once they divide people completely and remove themselves from society, it's like they'll be like, wait, where's my help? I thought we were in this together. Like, no, well, you're the one who tore us apart.
It's kind of like the meme of the good commie, like, you know, completes the mission and has the communist revolution, and then it's like, okay, yay, we won. Now I get to be like a painter, or I get to do art, you know, all day instead of having to go to work, right? And then it's like, oh no, friend, face the wall. Like,
Yeah.
it's like okay,
Yeah.
you've done your duty.
The new female centrism thing in Hollywood is Hollywood overcompensating. They also have the worst writers who obviously hate men, right? And there's some like men who are writing men like this, but mostly it's women writing men like this. Athena is such an interesting figure too. If you listen to modern feminists, it was as if she didn't exist, right? And A League of Their Own is improved 1,000% if you just edit Rosie O'Donnell out.
100%.
Yeah,
I agree.
But that's still one of the best movies of all time. I think it's one of the greatest movies. I'm a big baseball fan, so like watching that, like as like growing up was fun.
You know my favorite baseball movie?
The Natural.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
I guess.
Good
Well,
guess,
that's actually mine. Well, it's between that and Bull Durham. Bull Durham's really good, but I think The Natural is probably my favorite.
Like, there was another one. God, it came out like 07 or something like that. There was another good one. What's the guy that the guy who like retired and then he finally. Oh, there's a great actor in that. He's like an older guy and he decides to try out for like a AAA team or something like that. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
I do know what you're talking about.
Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Like I would know. Is it The Rookie? The Rookie?
No,
No.
I know the Rookie TV show, but don't.
It's not The Rookie. No. I thought there was a movie.
Oh man, The Rookie.
Yes, it is The Rookie.
It was,
Yeah,
it was a Rookie. Oh wow.
Is
Yeah.
that what's his
It's
name?
got,
Is that Dennis Quaid? No.
Yeah, it is Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I think that would be probably a close second, I think, for me, maybe.
Yeah. What's up, McCracken?
And probably Moneyball to run out third just because that's interesting.
Moneyball's
to
good.
me.
Yeah, Moneyball's good. Interesting approach to the whole baseball thing.
Funny how it didn't work out though. Like,
Yeah,
it's
right.
like, yeah, we could game numbers, and then like you have the old guy who's just like, yeah, you know, he can't throw off his back foot, you know, or something like that. He's like,
Yeah.
oh well, you know, like that guy knows better. Like old man knows
Well,
best.
Let's be honest though, the best baseball movie I think of all time is Major League. Like Major League's pretty damn good. or Rookie of the Year.
I like
Rookie of the Year is good, yeah.
Mm-hmm. The Scout with Brendan. Well, Brendan Fraser, but you mean Brendan Fraser. Oh man, yeah, The Natural. The Natural is one of those movies. If anyone in chat hasn't seen The Natural, you should take a.
You have to actually like baseball though. That's the one thing. Is like a lot of people like if they like they see baseball and they like have like a huge like they're like, oh, boring baseball. Oh.
Well, it's such
I don't
a good.
understand that.
It's such a good. Like, it's one of those movies. Like, it didn't need like any special effects. It's all practical effects. It was like you probably could have paid for that movie on a credit card or like out of your pocket. You know, just a bunch of people at a baseball field. You know, and Robert Redford was just like. He even looked like a baseball player. You like watch a baseball movie sometimes and they throw like girls and like they it just doesn't look believable.
Like they go to deliver and like you can tell that like they never actually tried to do the proper form or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they
right.
release it funny or whatever. Like, yeah.
Nobody likes The Sandlot? No. Silvar. That just escaped me. I actually just watched that with my kids last week. The Sandlot's great. It is a very good.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say like Sandlot is not necessarily focused on the baseball though. I think that it has baseball in the movie, but I don't think it doesn't necessarily focus on the baseball as much because 90% of the movie is then after they've played baseball, they're trying to get like the ball back or whatever.
Right.
I wouldn't call it a baseball movie.
Yeah,
it's a coming of age story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shag throws like a grill. Gasp. No, man, I was a college baseball player. Well, Division
Really?
3, but still, yeah. I played.
Well, wait till the curveball he throws, man. It's just a ranch bottle right down the plate.
I hit people in the face with a ranch all the time. Little ranch ball to the chin. Yeah, no. Well, in high school, I was a pitcher, but I played right field in college and center field in high school for the most part. Like, and then I played American Legion baseball as well, and that I would sometimes pitch, but for the most part, was an outfielder. Had the big stick, so.
Yeah, that was kind of my role. Like when I was playing baseball, like I hit a few home runs in my like before I got to like junior high level, like the rec ball or whatever. Basically, that was what I was doing. Yeah, they just have like city. It's like city league, basically.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, like I never got to be like a infielder or whatever. I was always outfield, and because unless you were coach's kids or friends with coach's kids, you didn't get to play infield. So
yeah, it's very like hierarchical.
Right, but outfield was better, I thought. Like, because like you have the good reflexes in the infield, but like outfield was a glory position, man. Like you could dive for them, like that. Fucking, you'd throw the line drive from right or center field, and it like one bounce to home plate, and you throw them out. Like, there's nothing better, man. And you get the good batting spot usually. Like,
yeah,
it's definitely.
So much more room.
It has its perks.
Activities.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. Whoa,
I could play with a lot more grass as a kid.
Right. I did my fair share of ass picking for sure in the outfield, but I'll never forget when I was playing. I played against a couple kids who ended up going pro, and so this one kid
as well.
Yeah, there was
one. I think he fizzled out, but he had like a 97 mile per hour fastball.
Yeah,
I just got to see it go by the plate. That's pretty much all I got to see. I didn't even get to whiff at it really.
Dude, anything over like, I think it's like 91 miles an hour is like, to your eye, is insanely fast. Like the difference between 90 and 91, like as far as reaction goes, is really a big difference. There's a couple of kids who threw like low 90s. Dude, that's a hard ball to hit. It's like the hardest thing to do, I think, in sports is hit a major league fastball, which would, pretty much anything over 90 miles an hour. And those pros too, if you ever watch them, like even their four-seam fastball has movement on it. Like,
yeah,
and that's the straightest pitch you can throw.
Much less the curveball, like where like or like if they have some like obscure, like some of them learn like obscure pitches, like a screwball or something like that, and they stick with that, and it's like the most absurd movement. The one thing I don't see anymore though is like either like a knuckleball. You just see the knuckle curve, but like you don't see a true knuckleball anymore. I think there was one pitcher that did, but I don't know if he's still playing. No,
he played for the Red Sox. Why can't I remember his name? Tim. Fuck, was his name Tim? But he was a real like true knuckleballer, and like, I mean, I remember. Because he would always pitch against the Yankees, and he would just like, they couldn't hit him, man. The thing moved so much, and then his fastball was like 73, and you're like, whoa, he's really putting some pepper on that one. What the hell was that pitcher's name now? I can't remember. Red Sox.
Yeah, I think he fizzled out though. I don't think he really had a career though, too much.
He did. This dude had a fucking crazy career. Tim Wakefield, that was his name.
Oh, Wakefield. Yeah, Wakefield is great.
Yeah, but yeah, there's been like one or two others that I think haven't made it. Like, but he made an entire career off of knuckleballs.
Wakefield is a great pitcher.
He started in 92 and retired in 2011. That's a career, man. Holy shit. Yeah. What's up,
but like, it's funny that people think like baseball is so boring, but like if you've ever played it, like you're like, no, baseball is not boring. Like it's interesting. Like the only thing is like the layman, like if you're sitting there and you're like watching and you're like, okay, well, when are they gonna do something? Like, especially in like the TikTok generation of like today, where they're like,
Right.
gotta have it now. That's why like football is like the most popular sport probably, is because like every play it's like snap the ball, hit each other, and it's like
Right.
yeah, well, that's for the TikTok generation.
Baseball's
or like
interesting.
basketball, because everybody the ball's in play all the time.
You're moving. Don't get me wrong. Baseball compared to basketball, I would choose basketball to watch probably, but like because there it is exciting, but baseball is just entertaining and competitive for a completely different reason. It's like an interesting sort of like, I wouldn't call it a chess game, but
it is a chess game. It is literally a chess game. Yeah, it's
right.
like the pitcher's trying to figure out where to throw it, where the hitter can't hit it. And then the batter is trying to figure out, okay, what pitch is he going to throw next, and so I can crush a home run. And that's pretty much like, or to just get on base, like depending on their level, like what kind of hitter they are.
Well, there's more than that. Like if there's a runner on base and the pitcher has to decide if he's leading too far, he needs to go back to the plate or not.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of moves. It's almost like a 4D chess. It's not like just like
4D chess.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's true. I mean, it's entertaining and fun to watch for a different reason. Like, watching a 15-inning game, like when it goes in extra innings, that sucks. But like,
or 21, like I've seen.
Yeah. The only so what I don't like about baseball,
game I've seen.
21 innings. Holy shit.
Yeah, at the Braves, it was at their old stadium. They actually, before they retired it, they had one game where like it felt like it kept on going forever. It was like 21 innings, and so like they finally, I can't remember what happened. I think they lost, but they went all that way, like just back and forth. It was entertaining, but we were like, oh man, this leave now. And then we finally, I think we left in inning 20, and then we just heard like, oh well, they lost like after.
Well, what I don't like about baseball nowadays, and what I felt like it was becoming, was it wasn't small ball anymore. Everyone just swung a big stick. It was like, okay, we just need to get the guy who can hit the home run, and that's all we have to depend on. Because some games would just go like home run, other team, home run, other team, home run, and you're just chasing home runs. No one was like bunting. No one was doing a hit and run play. No one was stealing bases. Like, it was all the small baseball that like makes the game interesting and fun was like totally gone. Just like when you watch the NBA, there's no plays. There's no like, it's one guy, dish it to LeBron, fucking fader, dish it to Curry, fader, a 70-foot 3-point shot. It's like, what? It's not even fun to watch anymore.
That's why like a college ball, like both football and baseball, a lot of people like to watch it more.
Right.
They'll watch that because it's like, it's going to be a lot more competitive, because either, pro ball, they're just going to go, oh, well, we're just going to do, give it to this one guy and he's going to run it all the way to the touchdown and that kind of stuff or whatever.
Thank you guys for coming in, by the way. I just want to thank everyone for joining the chat. I see Boblito's popped in here. Andy's in here. There's someone else I feel like I missed. Maybe not. Got you all. What are you guys talking about in here? Oh, Heron does not like sports. They're boring. That's fair. I know some people think they're boring. I actually don't watch much sports anymore. I'm just so damn busy. But I do when I can watch it, UFC is hella fun to watch. I love watching two grown men beat the piss out of each other. It's so hot when they get ranch on their face.
See, I like the highlights. I don't like watching actual fights. The fights are boring, but if I just watch the highlights, it's awesome. Like,
I disagree, man. I used to bartend at this place, and I was like the well bartender, so I just make all the drinks for the restaurant, and I would just have my phone like right in front of me, and people would just see me go like a couple times, like jumping out of my skin because someone's getting knocked around. But it's fun watching the build up. For me, it's watching the build up. It's like someone get a couple combos in, and then you see the guy like, oh, and you're like, now get him, boom, and like just you see those highlights of Rogan going like the moments right before that, like those are the best.
I like the one where the guy said like they were trash talking before the match, and he was like, I'm gonna teabag you like it's Modern Warfare 2 again, and then he actually beats her.
Yeah, yeah,
He's teabagging
yeah.
That was the best. Honestly, like take a picture and just frame that one. I would like.
Yeah. Wait, NDS, are you watch women's sports or men's soccer? Wait, I don't watch any women's sports because I mean they're sorry to say they're not that fun to watch.
Yeah. Now college softball is kind of interesting, but like that's even that I don't find it as interesting as the college baseball. Just it's personal preference, I think.
Back in early 2000 or like mid 2000s, when the Yukon women were like just starting their dominance, it was really fun to watch women's basketball. Now it's just like it got to be for a while, like if the women's Yukon basketball team didn't go undefeated, it was like huge news. Like it was like every year they won every single game. I think at one point they were like, yeah, they were like at one point like 90-2 or something like that. It was like stupid.
They need to HGH test of players. Like,
right.
The testosterone tests, like they might be pumping them.
That's an interesting thing too. Is like with women's sports, that it gets such a like everyone's always mad like that they don't get paid as much. And it's like you're not supporting them. No one's supporting them. No one's going to watch them. Like, and it's not just men that aren't watching them. It's like it's everybody. It's
women don't want to watch them either, and they won't. They just won't admit it because you get this. So here's the funny thing. I think the funny thing about sports is that women. The reason that men's sports are more popular are obviously because they're more entertaining to watch, generally speaking. But the also the fact that women will watch men's sports because they see good-looking, what they see, is good-looking men actually performing at the highest level of sport, and that's what draws them to watch it. And then they can't really get mad at the fact the women's sports because they in their heart of hearts they know they don't want to watch a woman not going up there and barely doing a layup. They want to watch a man going up there and slamming down a dunk. They love the toxic masculinity, and they just can't admit it. They need the dunking and the teabagging other guys like posterizing them. They want to see that.
I would be willing to bet that like everyone talks about like, well, why doesn't women basketball make money? The one sport I bet women dominate in salary is beach volleyball.
Oh,
I
yes.
bet you they're raking.
Oh, yes.
I bet you they're raking in the dough.
Yes.
Nice pick, Rock. I like that.
Yes.
Like
that draws in men, and I think I think some women too. Like they like watching volleyball, and then the men like watching good-looking women. That's just the brunt of it. Like that's just what it is.
Yeah. Women's MMA and UFC is good, though. I will watch it. It is good, actually. There's a couple really good female fighters out there that are really fun to watch, and they're probably. I mean, they're not just as tough as the guys. Yeah.
He's gone.
Hail Gina Carano, let's go. The OG of UFC. But yeah, there's some really good technical fighters that are women that are really, really good. Scary, in their own division. Like, if they went up against guys, they'd probably get the shit kicked out of them. But, UFC is probably one of the one things that I'll watch nowadays, just because if I can find the fights for free. I'm not about to spend $60 on a fight that'll last 30 seconds, likely.
Yeah, see, Silver here is right. The tight pants are not in football are not for men. They're not for comfortability. They're not for the only thing they're for is to fit the pads and make the butt look good. That's all it is.
My wife almost bought me a new pair of baseball pants so she can watch me walk around the house. She's like, I want to see you in them pants, boy.
Straight up have you had wear spandex the entire time.
Yeah. Gonna get DMC'd for green screen now. Oh yeah, yeah. I was wondering about that because, like, I know we don't really have much trouble on here for like.
But that would be manipulated content though, because he's adding to it.
Is now you're really gonna get the strike. Tim Pool talks about how 11 and 1 what 11 and 1p-year-old boys perform groundbreaking new trick constantly, yet almost no adult women can do middling level tricks. What? Or you're trying to say 11 and 12-year-olds?
Yeah, I think that may be what it is.
I'm like, I'm Ron Burgundy? Can't read that. Well, no. So I think I know what you're trying to say, because there have been. I mean, I think the Australian women's soccer team got beat by like a high school team, like 7-0 or something like that.
No, that was actually our women's soccer team.
Was it our soccer team? Jeez, yeah.
Because remember, it was funny because they were the ones demanding the equal pay thing, and then all of a sudden they got spanked by like 7th graders or like 8th graders or whatever.
It's pretty embarrassing. And like there's certain records that are held by like the records that are held by women are like earth shattered by men, you know, like in swimming, I think was one when the whole like Leah Thomas thing was happening. They were saying like the male record was like 3 or 4 seconds faster, but in like in swimming, that's like a lifetime, you know, like when things are measured by fractions of a second.
For that small of a distance, like that they were talking about, like because that's like in the, you know, like if you do a 100-meter dash, like that's a really short distance, and so like the time is going to be really low for like a good record for men. And then, you know, you look at the women's and it's like 6 or 8 seconds difference, but that's huge in that sort of sprinting world.
Right. Commander Phil, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Thanks for stopping in. We ain't playing Fortnite. We're talking our shit. Yeah. Thanks to everyone for joining community night. I really like these. It's just fun connecting with peeps, with you guys. Usual suspects, but love you guys.
What can I say? I'm a bad criminal. Or am I a smooth criminal? I don't know which.
Smooth criminal.
Ow! What else is going on in the world?
I sent you several other things if you happen to go peruse through.
Oh, what the fuck is this? Jesus Christ. Oh, man. I look high? Really? I'm tired. That's probably why. Eyes are all swollen and red, probably from.
Oh, those are funny. Those are funny, Andy. The troll endorsements. They were funny.
Troll? No, what's that? What did he do?
He endorsed Democrats.
Oh,
because he did it. He was like, there were actually, one of them was on the January 6th committee, and he endorsed them, and he was like, this guy's gonna be the best. No, no. I forget it was some New York guy, and he endorsed him, and he was on the January 6th committee, and he's like he's gonna be the best for MAGA, like he's gonna be the best, totally the best for the American people. And then the guy completely, like, it's like he didn't get the joke. He as soon as he took it serious, which made it even funnier, because then he's like I plan to prosecute, you know, blah 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 blah.
Oh my God!
I was like, you didn't get the joke. He's clearly making a joke. He's trolling you, and you know, it's called We Do a Little Trolling.
Oh, it's so funny, like, because that's like, it's such a good like tactic on his part to do that, you know.
Somebody made a joke one that he endorsed AOC. I wish it would have been real. I so wish it was real, because it was like, because there was a meme going around where they changed AOC's hair to be a blonde because like they're trying to go with the she's like a blonde or whatever, and then like it was like yeah, you look great, AOC, you look great with blonde hair. I've seen the pictures. I totally endorse it. You should totally try to go, change your hair to blonde. It looks great on you. It like the whole post was like that or whatever. I was like, oh my gosh, I wish this was real. Him endorsing AOC and saying she's the best because the funny thing is him endorsing them actually hurts them in the eyes of the people who
right,
because they're like no Trump, and then he says they're the best, they're good, and then they're like no, we can't vote for that guy.
What was this thing you sent me from Kate Willett? It's incredibly funny dating advice if you know she's Ben Shapiro's sister. Is that really Shapiro's sister?
Yes, that's Ben Shapiro's sister.
Let's see what it is.
You didn't see all the memes when she was
I didn't want to date a guy. I didn't want to end up with a guy who felt like he had to win every argument. There are some guys who really just think that they need to be the smartest one in the room all the time. And you can never get into just a discussion. Everything turns into a debate. So I knew very quickly that I never wanted to end up with a guy like that.
That's hilarious, actually.
Because Ben Shapiro's her brother.
Right. That's exactly how her brother is. Oh my God.
Look, folks.
Everything just
folks,
like...
It's just... You gotta look at the facts. Look at the facts.
I like Shapiro's videos. I think it's a bit annoying sometimes, like how he goes about him. Like the rigidity of like him and like Matt Walsh sometimes bothers me. But like they're good at what they do. There's not a lot of gotcha moments in them.
If I were to pick, I prefer Matt Walsh because he's not as like strange about some things than Shapiro. But then again, I've seen Matt Walsh have terrible takes too. Like he was saying like stuff like or whatever. Like he went after anime and video games at one point, and like
right.
I was like, come on, like no. And then you see, then I think he caught on though because there was some videos of him like playing video games or whatever, and I think they all kind of did it just to kind of like show like, hey, okay, well we can maybe learn too. But I don't know how genuine that is, but. I do wish for a world where, like, people that are like figures on the right could actually embrace, this kind of culture and stuff like that. 'Cause, I mean, and not just in the fake pseudo way, like they can
right.
actually be legit. But yeah,
I did see this one that you sent me today.
but before you post, show that, yeah, Shapiro's sister. I don't know if you saw. Like, you must have been way out of the loop because Shapiro's sister, she was being mean for a while there because she's married and she got pregnant, and you know what happens to women when they get pregnant. Some things happen, and so they were like, people were memeing about the fact that she had. Big old titto bitties, and
God,
they were like Mommy Shapiro.
She got them Nancy Pelosi's, huh?
Bigger than Nancy Pelosi.
So
and then somebody posted after she had the kid, had the kid, and then like obviously things changed, and they're like, no, they were still from us. I was like, come on, guys, like. Get it together. But yeah, you show us what you're going to show.
The one regarding the Inflation Reduction Act.
Oh yeah,
we passed the Free Soda for All Act. Awesome. When do we get a free soda? Free soda. The bill makes owning a dog illegal.
This is our politicians in a nutshell.
Yep. That's one of the things that is. Like what people don't understand when it comes to like bills and stuff like that. A lot of the stuff, and actually it was like Alex Jones, I think, that first explained it and helped me understand like a lot of the stuff, like the names are all like, you have to read into the bills. You can't look at the names because they don't usually match up with what's actually inside the bill.
But you have to pass the bill to read what's inside it.
Right.
Do you according to Nancy Pelosi? No, Nancy. No, I guess you didn't catch it. But Nancy Pelosi one time said we have to pass it to read what's in it. Literally, she said this, and then she's been sound like if I could find the clip. But yeah, Nancy Pelosi one time said legit said that. She said we have to pass it to see what's in it. I think it was actually about Obamacare. Honestly,
probably, yeah, that would make sense.
If I can find it here real quick.
The names are propaganda purposes. They're for propaganda purposes most of the time. Yeah. Yep. Certainly what I've learned over the past couple of years. The Affordable Care Act, where she said that.
Yeah, that's it. I'm sending it to you.
I have it here. Nancy Pelosi was right. Democrats had to pass the bill so people could find out what's in it. March 18th, 2017.
You got to fly into Taiwan to hear what China's feelings are.
That's actually true. Well, which is funny because they didn't do anything. Honestly, I expected really bad things to come of that, but I'm really surprised we're not in a World War III already. But still not. The game's not over, obviously. But
yeah. Even when they don't have a propaganda name, the opposition gives it one. Yeah, that, and then there's a lot of stuff that's hidden inside bills too. Usually funding for different branches of government or for other countries. Like that was something that we've learned.
Giving favors to certain people that they are friends with.
Yep. Oh man, you know what we should look at? Did you guys? Oh, you must have seen this. Hold on. Harry Smith was going over it today, and I was like, "Oh, we should bring that up because that was this was interesting."
Carrie Smith has been on a good roll lately.
Oh yeah, she's great. I want to have her back on the show because she's awesome. Where is it? I wonder if like these things get.
Oh, actually, you didn't see this one that I sent you. Apparently. This is in the UK, but they were actually gonna pass something to allow people to have assisted dying. So
wait, yeah, I did see that one. Yep, I did see that one.
I don't know if that's. I don't know what you're going for, but yeah, I thought that was crazy. Like the fact that they want to pass something to like, oh yeah, you can say, hey, I want to just opt out, like just nope out of here.
Well. So Sweden has the same thing with assisted suicide. Sorry, I said the word, shouldn't have said it.
Oh my God, we're done.
We're done. Stream's over, guys. Yeah. See you later. Have a good night. Basically, it's mainly for like health issues, and patients who have terminal illness.
You think, or that's what they say, but what it actually can be.
It can be something else, but the way Sweden and its laws work, it's usually for terminally ill patients.
Hail the Lord. Have a good night, man. Appreciate you stopping in. And Heron, thank you so much for telling people that we're live and doing this. Sorry, guys. Go ahead.
And honestly, I would never mind. I'm just gonna leave that at that. I'm terrible sometimes. Jesus.
It's okay. Your local IRS agent will, from your local disabled IRS agent or female, depending on which, they're going to come to your door and they're going to do it for you. So don't worry. They're going to say you didn't pay enough in taxes because the Inflation Reduction Act costs us a lot of money. So you got to pay up.
I don't know if you guys watched this episode of Trigonometry, but Sam Harris, he's a very bright guy, but he suffers from severe TDS. But he was on Trigonometry, and he went on this little bender, if you will, then tried to run his comments back, and it was just not good. But if you guys haven't seen this, you should listen to it. It's pretty bad. It just shows you how deranged some people are and how a lot of people are just not self-aware. They're not aware of what they're saying. They don't care.
Oh no, he's aware. I'm certain he's aware.
Well, it's unfortunate too, because I read his book a while ago. It's like I think it's called Islam in the Age of Tolerance or Intolerance or something like that. He wrote it with another guy, and it was really good. It was a really good insight into like the world of Islam and radical Islam and how dangerous it is. And the guy he co-wrote it with, he was actually on Joe Rogan not too long ago, maybe 5 months ago, and he talks about his whole journey. And the book was awesome. And I thought, this guy's great. He's smart, knows what he's talking about. And then Trump got elected, and he went down the rabbit hole. And most of the people he's associated with, a lot of other big intellectual names, are like, they've left him behind because he's so deranged at this point. But
Hunter Biden, at that point, Hunter Biden literally could have had the corpses of children in his basement. I would not have cared, right? It's like there's nothing. First of all, it's Hunter Biden, right?
We're talking about if he had found out that Hunter Biden had a bunch of corpses in his basement, he still would have voted for Joe Biden over Trump and everything. That's what he was starting off by saying.
It's not Joe Biden, but even if whatever scope of Joe Biden's corruption is, like if we could just go down that rabbit hole endlessly and understand that he's getting kickbacks from Hunter Biden's deals in Ukraine or wherever else, right, or China, it is infinitesimal compared to the corruption we know Trump is involved in.
And this is one of those things too, where you're like, okay, like what they should have said is that, and I know they didn't want to get into it, but like, this is where you have to say to people, what are you referring to exactly? Because like, what is he guilty of? He's been tried. He's been impeached twice. He's been,
well, the problem is, Shags, whenever you do that, and this is part of the framing of everything, is that they like the media has, and this is why Trump hates the media, and this is why like the media is evil in this sense, because now Sam Harris doesn't ever have to think about it, which is why you don't have to think about it, bro. You don't have to think about it.
I mean, this is basically
like
putting in a college essay without any kind of citations.
Right.
Like,
exactly what it is.
But the media already has your citations. That's what I'm getting at. Is that the media? Because all he has to say is, "Oh, well, the media told me that Trump was colluding with Russia. Media told me that the Trump was peeing on prostitutes in Russia or whatever." All of this, the media told me. You don't have to cite. That's all you have to do is cite the media, and the media is the truth now.
Joe Biden selling us out for foreign deals is nothing compared to Trump University. Yeah.
Or the failed Trump restaurant, I think, or something. There was a couple other failed businesses again. Like
I want my Trump steak. Where is it at?
I think he had a steak restaurant. He had something else too.
It was at his tower, I think. He had his own restaurant, like at the bottom floor, like his own type of wine and a couple of other things.
Probably. It would not surprise me.
Man's been around the block.
Like a firefly to the sun, right? I mean, like there's just
see, you see that inhale? Hold on.
You can tell he is holding back.
Oh yeah, like both, and just watching both of their reactions to this is classic.
I think that these guys aren't necessarily in that agreement in that kind of camp. I don't think they're not. No, well, they're both red pilled. He's been really outspoken. He's been on Carrie's podcast as well. Really?
About a lot of this. Yeah, and he did a good talk with her regarding Ukraine, because he has family from Ukraine and family from Russia. I can't remember his name. Konstantin, I think is his name. And then he's a comedian. But like, yeah, I don't know a whole lot about these guys, but I really like their show. But they're not at all like Sam Harris. Not at all.
I mean, like there's
like I need that. It's so funny. Like, I feel you, bro. I feel you.
It's just it doesn't even stack up against Trump University, right? Trump University as a story is worse than anything that could be in Hunter Biden's laptop, in my view, right? Now that doesn't answer the people who say it's still completely unfair.
I'm glad
looked
to know that doing coke off of probably underage hookers is I think that's an okay word to say.
The stupid thing is too is like how much were the Trump kids in the news? Like it was like every other day, Eric Trump this, oh they're poachers, oh whatever it was. It was like 1,000 different things are talking about Trump's kids, regarding Trump's kids. It was like, just shut the fuck up. And he is one of them. He's one of the people that just does not shut up about the entire fucking family. Like, oh, it's not Joe Biden. It's just Hunter. It's like, really? Were you saying that about the Trump kids? I doubt it. No one was. No one was. What's up, Codenomics? Welcome in, man. What'd you miss? You missed it all. Oh, we're doing good, man. We're just we're watching the Sam Harris video and laughing.
at the laptop in a timely way, and to have shut down the New York Post's Twitter account like that's just a conspiracy. That's a left-wing conspiracy to deny the presidency to Donald Trump. Absolutely, it was absolutely right, but I think it was warranted, right?
So a conspiracy theory to get Trump to not be elected is okay. And
again, it's a coin toss.
And now he recognized
Sam, I'm sorry.
That particular piece.
I'm really sorry. I was the one that said we should move on, but you've just said
it.
something I really struggle with there, which is,
and the look on his face too, like please.
There, which is you support
the kids in the basement.
No, fuck the kids in the basement. I'm interested in democracy. You're saying you are content with the left-wing conspiracy to prevent somebody being democratically re-elected as president.
Well, no, I'm content. Well, so it's but the thing.
And this is the run back here. He realized he fucked up massively, so he's going to try and run back what he said.
It's just not left-wing, right? So Liz Cheney is not left-wing, right? Liz Cheney is doing everything in her power
to prevent somebody being democratically
elected. But there's nothing conspiracy. It's not. It was a conspiracy out in the open. It doesn't matter if it was. It doesn't matter what part's conspiracy, what part's out in the open. I mean, I think it's like if people get together and talk about what should we do about this phenomenon. If it's like if there was an asteroid hurtling toward Earth, and we got in a room together with all of our friends and had a conversation about what we could do to deflect its course, right? Is that a conspiracy? Like some of
these guys are just like, shut up, Sam. It's best if you just stop talking at this point.
Well, and this is where
if there was an asteroid.
Well, and this is where, like, I know you said Sam is intelligent, but I think that there's a certain level. I think he's not on the upper echelon. I do think he's sort of like middle of the road. Like he's a smart guy, like to the layman, but like I do think that there are some other things that he is not really considering, and it kind of shows in the point that he just starts going with this weird example of the asteroid, like, or you could just say the woke mind virus, took his brain. And
the thing is, he's putting on his act with his beliefs, and he's not actually going by what the facts are. And that's what the problem is.
He's like you were saying earlier, he's putting in, like, he's saying his speech from the church of wokeism, like, this is what we have to say, like, the narrative is Trump or orange man bad, and we vote blue or don't, whatever the fuck.
Vote blue no matter who.
Yeah, vote blue no matter who. Like, it's all the same thing, and he's so caught up in it that, like, I feel like he's been called out so many times from, like, his friends and other intellectuals that, like, he just keeps doubling down. So, like,
this is just the new age of like yellow dog Democrats. Like, this is a different form. Like, this is really what it is. Like, because there was sort of the meme, because it was like they would vote for Democrats even if it was a yellow dog. They didn't care. But like that's sort of where we're at. But going to what as far as Sam Harris and what he's doing here is it is saying preaching the woke talking points, but also I do think that there is sort of a power component to this. So like you when you beat somebody, you do kind of want to flex on them, right? And I think this is a form of like flexing, like, oh yeah, if there's a conspiracy to take them out, totally just do it, bro. Like it's fine, you take a conspiracy to take out, get rid of this guy because we don't like him. Yeah, totally. I'll flex on him.
Yes, Codenomics, they are. Got a problem? Risky business.
I actually use my sunglasses because they're in the car, and I'm too lazy to get up and get them.
Ranchy business. I don't know. I kind of like it. I kind of like the.
It keeps the white light off of me because it's just right in my face.
Right, like yeah, the big like light up here that's just like. So. I could get myself some. What are those fucking glasses? The blue light reduction glasses.
Oh no, you need to have aviators. Yeah. Because apparently aviator Biden is a thing now.
Oh, what is that? Was it Dark Biden or something like that? Was that the meme that people
Dark Brandon.
Yeah, dude.
Which honestly, I think 4chan trolled them into doing that because they were memeing about it. They were memeing about it. They were doing this whole like Dark Brandon, because he was acting like I'm Joe Biden or whatever. And then they were like, okay, well we're gonna have fun with this. Like, yeah, he's Dark Brandon. He's going after Trump. He's gonna get him. It's like yes. And then make the lefties like look crazy because they were.
Aviators would look good on me. Maybe I haven't worn a pair of aviators in a while. I'll have to find some.
You have to get the knockoffs because the real ones are probably too expensive.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, I'll just go over to Maverick and get a new pair. I'll get those next time. Yeah. The world always delivers, man. I watched something this week that I actually really liked. I didn't really like it. I watched The Sandman on Netflix. I watched the first episode. It was actually pretty good. There was a couple moments where I was like, I don't know if that was in the comics, but it was cool. Sandman. It's definitely, it was a comic by Neil Gaiman. He's actually a writer and producer on the show, I believe, too. But I think it was from like the 80s. It originally came out. It follows basically. It follows a character named Dream, which is essentially like the Sandman. He kind of controls like the dream world. And I've never read the comic. It's like on my list of things to do because I have a feeling I will like the comic much, much better.
Yeah, the bad shows.
Yeah. Sandman had me enjoying it's not then not enjoying it, then enjoying it. Yeah, it was special effects overload, which it's one of those. I was talking with a friend who has seen or read the comics, and I was like, this strikes me as a show that's like teetering on the edge of it shouldn't have been made, not because of like, movies just not coming out or not being adapted properly, but there's just too many special effects. Like some movies have way too many special effects, and it just takes away from like you break that suspension of like disbelief, right? It's like it's okay to do that, but you go too far, and then you're like, okay, I'm totally out of it anymore. Nothing's grounded in any sort of reality. If you read the comic, you'll get mad at the show. Yeah, I had a feeling. But it was cool. Like what I saw was an interesting concept. But yeah. And now Heron's talking about Rome, and it's making me want to watch Rome. So that'll probably be one of the next things I get into.
I actually want to watch that one too because people said it was good. And actually, there was something somebody shared a clip, and it reminded me of the old Shakespeare play of Caesar, and the whole speech by Mark Antony after Caesar's death. And I was like, oh, this is so good. Like, imagine imagine an entire show of that if it's actually good. Some people said it was. I have to check it out.
How accurate is Rome? That's a good question. I don't know. I'm actually rewatching. I talked about it on Wednesday. But 6 Feet Under. I'm actually rewatching that show. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. The guy who made that show actually made American Beauty. Has a very, very same feel, like cinematic feel as American Beauty. It's really, really good. But yeah, that's something I'm doing. 'Cause I don't know, like there's so much stuff I watch that I just hate, and I watch it because I feel like gotta like cover it in some way and talk about it.
She-Hulk.
Well, yeah, with She-Hulk, like I want to watch more of it, but I when I was talking about it yesterday, like I'm just gonna watch the finale because I'll get everything I need in that like the best stuff will probably happen in the finale, and then I'll just explain everything that's happened prior. There's no reason to watch anything else. But yeah, like I want to watch stuff that like makes me happy, like the stuff that I actually enjoyed, like growing up. Like I just watched the movie Collateral again, which was really good. I have a script written for it, but I just haven't recorded it. Like it's a good movie. Like, and it's a movie I feel like people didn't really talk about a lot when it came out. But I think it's one of Tom Cruise's best movies, and he plays a villain. So that was a fun watch. Jamie Foxx was great in it. I don't know. I think a lot of us spend too much time watching
Jamie
stuff.
Foxx is good at acting?
He was good in this. Tom Cruise stole my dad's hairstyle in Collateral. Oh, really? Your dad's a silver fox? That's what's that? Did you upload like
a sound bite from CSI Miami?
I was like, what the hell? Oh my god. Oh my god. That's too funny. Oh my god. Rock's taking over as official stream producer. It's like, what the hell's happening? He's also a video editor, everyone. If you want to.
Yeah, if you didn't notice. I mean, comes with the title.
You sent this. You put this link in the private chat. Wanted to share it with the class.
It's pretty fun.
A couple decades, every other unskilled labor position will be filled with talented and naturally gifted men like this, because our institutions are cultivated with the explicit intent to exclude naturally gifted men who don't have a shopping list of fake interests and causes.
No, watch the video. The video is very entertaining.
1699, please. 1699 was the Battle of Namur. It's going to be 301 coming back. That was England and France are getting into it. They called it King William's Wars. 1699 is the first ever publication of a slang dictionary in the English language. Have a good meal time.
Does it come with a warranty?
Price comparison space. What do you expect? Paint War, Manhattan, Northern California, all parts of Saskatchewan, and Vermont. Price participation may vary. Offboard where prohibited. See your individual retailer for complete details. Offers not combined. Some sale prices not valid in Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, American Samoa, or Alabama. Thank you. 1899.
You forgot my shake.
Yeah, right.
But like the point of the post is like this guy, like clearly he should be doing something else. He should not be working at a Wendy's. Like this guy's not made, like he's not made for that. Like he should be doing something. Like he should be doing something else. He should be a professor or something.
That guy is literally be me. I can't wait to meet Heron one day and have her do that for me. Oh my god, that's so good. I would go to Wendy's just for this guy. Oh, absolutely. I think that's exactly what they were doing. Like, they obviously know this guy and went and filmed him after the fact.
Yeah, because they wouldn't have caught that the first time. Like,
no way.
They probably literally went back there to get like, okay, well, I want a Frosty. I just let me. we're gonna get everybody Frosties, and then we're gonna go home. Like,
oh my god! You imagine if you talk like that over the speaker? You couldn't even understand the pool.
It's just fun. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's one of those things that like
not as
it
bad
worries me because people with like him are like obviously in the wrong place. You know, like they should be doing something else. They shouldn't be doing drive-through. But I don't know. Part of it, I mean, I have to say, it's probably part of it is his fault because he's not finding something. You know, in this day and age, there's almost no excuse to not find the right place for you. But
I disagree on that because like there are some really good people and really talented people who could do a lot of things. They just don't have either the time. They never were allowed the education. Because you got to think about it. Think about it this way: if I didn't get a 4-year ride, like full tuition scholarship, I would not have went to college and be doing what I'm doing now.
Right.
I would probably be, who knows what I'd be doing? Digging ditches, doing something. I don't know. Like I would not have the opportunity that I would have gotten by going to college. And I've seen more and more people go advise, people going against college, not going to college.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't. I like to tell people, and don't just say wholesale. Nobody go to college. Don't go to college if you don't know what you're wanting to do. That's the whole point. Is like you should go there with a purpose, know what you're doing, get in, get out, and hopefully no debt. And that should be the point. But like as far as this guy, you don't know what circumstances he had in life. So I really think it could be a component of his own doing. But I think that someone like with this talent, they should have they should have had the opportunity to do that kind of stuff. And people need to. Honestly, I wish there was more of a natural recognition of people's talents. I feel like it was way easier back in the day when there were less availability of people, that it was easier to see who was talented.
Sounds like some World Economic Forum shit right there, man. If we had less people to identify who skills there were.
What I'm talking about though is like now we have the internet, we have connected. So like if there was someone made this point, is that you won't go see a local musician play if you can sit there and you can go watch a video of a very talented global musician play.
Yeah.
So your local musicians are going to get eked out of this equation because you're not going to care to go watch their show because unless you're just one of those guys who's like, oh, I love the local music scene, bro, yeah, let's go.
Right.
But if you're not that guy, then you're going to say, well, I'll watch instead of watching the local symphony band, I'll watch the global symphony band who's just infinitely better anyway, and I don't have to leave my house. So like there's no point. Like, and that's what I'm saying is like this guy could be really talented, but due to the sort of the limitations of everything, there's some people get weeded out of this.
Yeah. It's this one of the things that I think the internet did that was like the internet brought a lot of people together, but it certainly like made you forget about, I don't know, it made every issue like a global issue, and it's just not the case, right? Like it's and even like in that way, like there are local musicians that are just as good if not better, and being in a live show is just fun. Even someone who's not that good, there's just good energy at a place that's playing live music 99% of the time, unless they're really bad. But even the bad shows I went to growing up, like it was like sushi night at the Red Door, which was like this like hole in the wall bar. So you get sushi for like $2 a plate, and it was actually pretty good. And then like jazz, like just these local jazz people would just come in and they would just like riff for like 2 hours. And they just rotate people up. The drummer would just like keep going, and then you'd cycle in the trumpet or whatever. And it was fun, man. It was like good times. They weren't the best musicians, but they were there and they had passion. And you can't sure, you could find that online, but it's so much better to get out there and but the internet said, no, you don't need to do that. Just stay in your home and sit behind the computer and watch it there. You'll be safe. You'll be fine. That's one thing I like about being in like borderline Gen X, millennial, is that like I was playing outside and getting dirty for years before the internet became like a big thing. So we had to I remember camping out in my yard, and I lived probably, I remember being like my house was probably 7 or 8 miles from like the nearest like town, like that bigger town. We would get up in the middle of the night. Parents think we were sleeping. We'd walk the 7 miles to the fucking gas station, and like get like a slushie, fucking smoke a doobie on the way down there, and then walk our ass all the way back and go back to bed at like 5 in the morning. To have my parents wake us up at 8. All right, time to get up. We're going. Oh, kids don't do that anymore. You know what I mean? Like it.
Well, so. And also like what I was talking about too, is as far as like recognition of talent, like there's a lot of less appreciation for like someone who's talented near you. Like people think that like, oh, like you have if you're talented in your area, so I would say I can carry somewhat of a tune and I can sing a little bit. But like if I go, unless I am the person that is actually saying, "Hey, I'm good at singing," and like you can have someone who's way worse at singing, but they are going to be the one like singing at the local church or whatever because they just happen to be the guy who's like, "Oh yeah, I like to sing. I'm a singer," but they're not as good as some people. Like some people are better than others, and nobody recognizes that talent anymore because you have to be like the best. You have to be like I need to sing better than any global star musician for them to recognize or whatever. Like, they need to be blown away, or else they don't recognize like, oh, this person's pretty good. Like let's ask them or whatever.
Right.
Like there used to be a lot of community with that kind of stuff. Like hey, like I recognize talent, or I recognize this. You can do this, and let's integrate people into other things. But I think now people a lot of like you view. Unfortunately, people view other people as widgets now. Like they're all widgets to be moved about and manipulated in the way that they want.
Unagi for the win, Heron. Unagi for the win. And yes, $2 sushi was fine. It was safe. I mean, I think I got sick from the alcohol, not the sushi. Not the sushi.
Sure, never know.
It's true. I don't know if I could tell the difference. You could tell the difference, but
wake up, still the same hangover.
Yeah, I don't know. Food poisoning feels a lot different than alcohol poisoning. But yeah. Oh man.
Shags is so old he remembers when sushi was $2.
Right. I was talking to one of my students. I was bringing him back from like a job interview or something, and we were talking about like gas prices. Like, yeah, man, fuck gas, so expensive. Like, yeah, man, I remember I used to go down to the gas station with $5 and get half a tank. Like, not anymore. Not anymore. It was like, I think at the time the gas was like 79 cents a gallon. I was young, but like I remember those prices. Like now, like right here.
Well, I was born at the absolute worst time for that, because like as soon as I was just starting to drive, it was just before Obama was elected. So then because of Bush's stupid nonsense, the gas prices were like nearly $4.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Well, I feel like I thought his was like, because during the Bush era, I thought gas prices only got up to like $2 a gallon. Everyone was like, "Oh my god!"
No, you don't know. Like right before Obama got elected, it was just getting to where.
Yeah, you're right. Because it went back down to $2 once Obama went in office or whatever. So, yeah.
Well, no, it was still like a
it was like 220 or something.
It was almost 3 still, I think. At least here, I don't know.
I remember at one point during his presidency, gas got back down to like two something, and I was.
I think that was toward the end. Like that was toward
probably.
the end because they finally figured out like, okay, well, we actually do need oil. Like we can't just say electric. So we do need some oil.
So I remember 99-cent gas. Yeah, and it was cool. It was cool. Yeah, like I wonder if we ever get back to something like that. Likely not. I don't see how it's possible.
2024, it's not, maybe.
There's no way to go back down that low. Just economically, it's just not.
You know it, T-Man.
At least not in this country. It'll be something else before we'll see 99-cent gas again.
No, T-Man's on the scene.
I don't know. I don't know if that's they just need to. We just need to return to energy independence, like however that's done by shutting down ours.
You know it's done. You know how it's done. Like open up the pipeline again, and then get things flowing, man.
Well, I thought it was interesting too because Alaska. I was looking up this thing a couple of weeks ago, like Alaska having their own like sort of like mini UBI thing, but it's because of oil profits that they're able to do that, like a way for them to because they were open up drilling in Alaska, they were giving the people like essentially a stipend from the oil profits.
Yes,
shutting that down would obviously remove that, and I wonder how people are reacting to that, or but like it's just a simple like we need to be independent so we're not beholden to other countries for that. I mean, we're seeing the effects of it now
for almost anything, because there a lot of people think that I do think that there should be global trade, but I don't think that it should be the primary focus. You should want to make a lot of the things that you need in your country. Now, maybe the widgets and things, if not every component is made in the USA, that's fine. Like, having something made in Taiwan isn't necessarily bad. I said it, China. Okay, whatever. Evil Chinese YouTube overlords. But you do need to make a lot of the things that you need in your own country. We produce food. We need to keep producing food in our own country, or else you'll be like some of the European countries right now who are saying, "Oh crap, we don't farm our own food, so now we have to go begging other people to give us food because we're not producing enough of our own food." So that's sort of.
Ooh, damn. Look at that RGB.
Well, it's all about a lot of that stuff, and a lot of trades just about geography as well. Like some plants we cannot grow here on the United States.
Right.
Yeah. Like rice is I mean, it's not gonna grow well over here. Like
start doing some rice patties on our swamps and see how well that works out.
just put them in Florida.
There's lots of rice in California.
Is there?
Yeah, Northern California, really? Yolo County.
Yeah, but they have to. That takes a lot of effort, and that's why like California has a lot of problems. Is because they have to use a lot of water and all this stuff to try to make their sort of desert area into a farmable land.
Well, most of California is farmland, and California has a lot of water. Northern California.
Northern, yeah, not south.
Yeah, not in the south. It all gets shipped down to the south. Southern California sucks.
Andy, fracking is like the process of removing, essentially getting the oil out of the ground. And is it gas or
gas?
So it's removing that from the earth essentially. And I would say that the risk is, the environmental risk of, of the stuff spilling out and polluting the ground and groundwater.
But you gotta weigh that against all the other risks, and also you gotta think about where they should be doing this. Like it should be, the fracking isn't necessarily done in the middle of your main sources of water where someone's going to be drinking out of necessarily all the time. Especially whenever they do it on public land, because that's government land. It's not. There shouldn't be anybody, any citizens out here drinking the water that are out there. So, it's all a trade-offs. Like just like Thomas Sowell says, all this is a system of trade-offs. Everything that every decision made is a trade-off.
Yeah.
So. Well, you can't mine oil and be able not to frack. You need to have the fracking process, because then you're just leaving an empty space there for it to be collapsed.
Right.
So it's not possible to get oil without putting something back into it. Now, the location of these things, like Trey was saying, is important because that does affect the ecosystem around it.
Exactly.
Sadly, we still think that's still the best method of filling those holes after we pull the oil from it. And sadly, it is still the safest way to do it, which is the trade-off,
Right.
Like we need the oil, for the infrastructure to work, we need the oil.
Right. My biggest thing with the whole with everything regarding like energy independence or dependence, whatever, like we will bend over backwards and politicians will grandstand in Washington about how we can't do this, but then they'll lobby to do it and destroy some other country. Like they don't give a shit about the environment. They care about optics, and that's it.
They're the ultimate global NIMBYists. They're NIMBY. That's all it is. It's not in my backyard. You can do it in anybody else's backyard.
Oil is bad. Oil is bad. Oil is bad. Get it from the Middle East and Russia. That's okay.
Right. We don't care if those shitholes get
we have to deal with the Saudi princes. We have to keep the petrodollar going. That's another thing that is unfortunate that we have. Like that's a lot of the reason why we don't drill our own oil is because the existence of the petrodollar. I don't know if you guys know about what the petrodollar is.
I'm sort of familiar with it, but if you
so essentially what the petrodollar is that we to keep the U.S. dollar as the global reserve currency. They brokered a deal with the Saudis to be able to say, okay, well, we will trade oil with you, but only in U.S. dollars. So everyone that trades oil, the brokers deals with, us between, us and everything, but we're going to broker all our deals with oil in U.S. dollars. So, they have to keep U.S. dollars, and so therefore the value of the U.S. dollar is tied to the oil, and also it raises the value of the dollar because more people are holding U.S. dollars. So.
Right. So it's shitty. The politics in general just enrage me a lot of times. Just like how it's like,
I don't know, like some of it enrages me, but obviously I just have an intrigue in a lot of it, so I just dive deep into okay, what's really going on? What's the play here?
There are times I miss the days when I didn't know anything about politics.
Right.
I'm no expert now, but I'm like, God, I miss being dumb.
The ignorance is so blissful.
Yes,
it really is.
I was doomed from the start. My grandfather got me early on.
Damn it, Pappy.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Well, that's too damn bad.
He was telling me about all kinds of stuff that was going on. Even whenever I was younger, because he was actually involved in like some of the Tea Party stuff. He would go and help set up events for them at the Tea Party stuff.
Like the original one. How old is your grandpappy?
He's no longer with us. So.
Oh.
But yeah, no,
sensitive prick.
Sorry.
No, it's good. No, it's good.
That's why I'm here.
No, he was great. I honestly, like a lot of the way that I am is modeled after him. So I have a lot to thank for him for that. So yeah, he was the original Tea Party. Yeah, he was part of it. He was setting up events and doing all this stuff, trying to help them, because the whole point was tax enough already. Like they wanted real people who would actually go in there and do something to lower taxes and get rid of all this regulation on the government. Like they wanted true change, but he was always really involved with everything, and he would get all in a stir about different things, like So I was doomed. I was doomed to actually be interested in it.
I just keep it simple, model my life after the great Ron Jeremy, and call it good.
I thought you were Ron Burgundy, though.
I was about to say the same thing too.
Oh yeah, that Ron. Yep.
The Ron Burgundy.
I was trying to think of a Ron joke, but I couldn't come up with it.
In the quote, repeat the line.
I saw the wheels turning.
Yeah, even through the glasses and like the gears, the smoke's coming out. I'm like, there's got to be another Ron out there I can mention that's funny. Come on, Brian. No.
Hey, did you go to Vegas?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
No. I was like this close to going, and I'm like regretting it because like it's a hop, skip, and a jump for me. It's like 40-minute plane ride.
It's a 20-hour drive for me.
Oh man. Yeah, I think it's even short. It's like an 8-hour drive, I think, for me. Not 8 or 9.
Well,
it's not a far drive.
It's about a 16. I think Gary said it took him 18 hours to get out there. They took a little bit of a detour, though, I think. So it probably would have been about 16 for me.
Talking about Vegas?
Mhm.
About 16, 18 hours? Yeah, about the same for me.
Yeah.
I am going to Orlando, though.
Yeah, that's my plan. Let's go to Orlando and cause some trouble.
That's if
That's
I went
actually
straight
closer for me.
If I went straight to Orlando, that'd be a 14-hour drive. But we're going from here to like a half-hour south, and then we're going to South Carolina, and then we're staying the night there to pick up my brother. Me and Herbs are going from here to there.
Sick. Nice.
Yeah, because he lives like a half-hour south of me.
Oh, nice.
And so me and him are hopping in the truck, driving to pick up my little brother in South Carolina, and then it's like a 6-hour jump down to Orlando. But then the way back is going to be one route.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Just going to set a couple of days aside. I can't be too long because I got to I'll probably go like a day or two before and then leave like almost immediately after because I got to get back for Halloween for the kids. Can't make it.
When is that one again?
Yeah.
30th.
What's that? 30th.
October 30th.
Mm-hmm.
October 30th.
Yeah, we're gonna get out there.
Stop stripping.
Friday afternoon. It's on a Saturday, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Wait. Finger and nose.
We're getting out there Friday afternoon, staying the night, doing 30th, and then we're gonna leave on the morning of the 31st.
Oh, it's a Sunday.
Oh, is it on a Sunday?
Yeah, it's a Sunday because
Well, then we're shift those days up one. Yeah. We're staying 2 nights.
Right. I was planning on getting there like Friday night, like late Friday night, and then or early Saturday morning, depending. I don't know how the flights are going to line up. I might like take the red eye, so I land in the morning, and then on the 29th.
Are you gonna rent a car, or are you just gonna?
That was my initial thought, but I might just Uber it because I got a little bit of extra money, so might just say fuck it.
Hit me up on the side if depending on when you get out there, I can come swoop you up.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I got to work out the details of all that. So I'm pretty excited. It's gonna be a good couple days, and I got to make sure. I've been talking to my wife. I'm like, wherever you want to go, I'll take the kids for a weekend. You go have fun. Like do something. Like I almost bought her tickets to go to Hawaii actually, but that would mean I'd have to be with the kids for like a week alone. So, but maybe that's what I have to do. I don't know. No, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. I don't know if you watched the show yesterday, but Lofty had some good ideas, or not yesterday, the day before. Lofty had a good idea of like we need to have like a YouTube con or something like that, where like it's just a bunch of YouTubers get together and just have a big con, somewhere like with like Anime Matsuri being such a big thing and those guys filling their tables and everything. I was like, wow.
I was so close to that. I was so bummed out. They were in Houston, and we were 2 hours, I think 2 hours south of that. Me and my oldest went camping on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, we should go by there on the way up. And then I looked at prices for tickets. I'm like, no. It was a little bit of a detour.
You got a checking account and you got a savings account. And all your money's in the savings.
Right.
Savings.
What is that? That's whatever I find on the couch, my brother.
With this rate, these rates, it's basically nothing.
That's that thing that automatically gets pulled out of each check, and then I immediately put it back into the checking. So I can. Especially this last month, they've been driving and driving and driving.
Heron, yeah, someone did think I was Hawaiian. I don't remember who thought I was Hawaiian.
You are Hawaiian, Shags.
No, I'm not. I
mean, you lived there for so many years.
I live. Yes,
you may not be Samoan, but you could be Hawaiian.
If a local heard me say that I was Hawaiian, they would fly to my door, kick it in, and then come beat the piss out of me.
No, 120%. But you had the culture in mind. You were
right.
You were there.
Right. Yeah,
you lived it.
Everybody thinks I'm Hawaiian too.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you could just tell from all this.
Well, what's funny is like I was bartending there for years. So people would come in, especially once my hair grew out and my beard got longer. People kept saying like, you look like Jason Momoa, right? And like it was like one a day would come in and say that, and I'm like looking around, I'm like, yeah, that's what people say. I'm not even Hawaiian though. I'm white. Like I just tan really well, and like, oh yeah, you should be in for Halloween. Yeah, guess so. I'll be Aqua Uncle. That's what I'll be.
My question to you, Shags, is: have you ever been like directly called a haole?
Oh yeah, it's not so in Hawaii. So the term haole is derogatory if it's preceded by fucking. If someone calls you a fucking haole in Hawaii, you fucked up, and you better find a way out because it's usually followed by a fist. But if someone's like messing around with you and they call you haole, it's like it might be a term of endearment, like the N-word.
Well, I meant it as an aggressive nature, not just as a playful,
No,
like
no one ever.
It's not as playful.
No one's ever called me that as like a, as
that's
a threat.
where my experience of Hawaii is completely different.
Yeah. It depends on where you go. Like you go to like rural Hawaii and you flex your rental car too much, like you might get into some trouble just because you're a tourist, like anyone like who the tourists are because they're all driving like the Chargers or the convertible Mustangs. Like don't get one of those cars if you go.
Yeah, or the Dodge. What's that Dodge?
I got the cheap Nissan like whenever I went.
That's the one you drive.
When we were in Maui, it was one of the Dodge. It wasn't a Charger, but everybody, there was like silver ones everywhere. And I'm like, oh, you're a tourist. God, I hate this car.
Yeah.
I hate when I go places, I hate standing out. A lot of my life was in Napa. I'm originally born in Napa, California. I hate tourists.
You smell your own farts too?
Yes. But who doesn't?
Right. Everyone likes their own brand.
But I hate tourists, like with the fiery passions of the seventh layer of hell. They think they own everything. They don't pay attention to where they go. They're always going to places they shouldn't be going. And it's just like, so when I go places, I try not to stand out.
Yeah.
As hard as I can. I don't go to the places where all the tourists are. I like the local spot, and then the local spots are just funner.
Yeah.
Sometimes you shouldn't be there, but
Yeah, if you know what you're doing, like there are good spots, and for the most part, people are nice. It's when you go to Hawaii and you pretend that like you're in like LA, or you pretend you're like somewhere on the mainland. It's not what you do. You stand you stand back, you nod your head and you be respectful. It's like if you're exercising the golden rule in Hawaii, you'll be fine.
And when the locals say this is not the beach for you, bruh.
Yeah, you just move along. Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
see, my experience was that I went to the Aloha Bowl for the flea market that weekend. And I was just going there, just buying a couple of things, knickknacks here and there just to take home. Because, and I got this really good barbecue. Anyways, I was trying to buy some coffee, who actually ground their own coffee. I don't know. They made their own coffee some way and like in their backyard or something. They had one of those generational houses. She was telling me about it. And I was just sitting there and I was standing there listening. I was thinking about buying it. But as soon as I opened my mouth, she told me, "Oh, you a fucking Hallie." And she didn't sell me nothing.
Yeah.
I was just like,
there's definitely, well, if the story of Hawaii is very, very recent, like it only became a state in 52. They held the queen hostage for years until she basically signed over her kingdom. And so people are bitter, there's you're like one generation removed from that. And people are bitter, understandably. So yeah, it's sometimes you just run into racism that it's because they had a bad run in and they think you're just there to take all of their shit. It's really unfortunate, but I lucked out and I did not get that sort of treatment, but you could tell you get side eyes from people.
You like Jason Momoa.
I didn't always look like this. I had short hair and no beard at one point. Like I looked about as white as you could.
Well,
wait, not this white.
People they also know when you're fake, when you're trying to be Hawaiian or be a local wherever you're at.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I don't want to stand out as a tourist, but at the same time, I know I'm not a local.
Right.
Wherever I'm at, I'm still a tourist, but I'm not going to be that tourist.
Right.
I just told her, I said, all right. And I set the product down and just went on my way. I mean, it's just the easiest thing.
Yeah, because if you had fought, Uncle would have come crashing through the door and you would have been waking up in a hospital probably.
Oh, for sure.
I think
it's a big man there.
We drove down one of those roads one time, turned the corner, and there was a big old signs, and I'm like, I read the sign, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna turn my mainlander behind back around and get the hell out of here. Well, because we went down Hana in the rental car, road to Hana, and then it ends at Hana.
Yep.
And I kept going. And everyone's like, no, you can't go past there, the dirt road and the rental car. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I drove all the way around and it got rough. And then that's where some of the stuff was. I think it was less the dirt roads people were telling me not to go past there and more of I don't belong there.
Yeah. Yeah. That's essentially what it is. And, there's it's just like there's certain places you don't cross into, you just stay out of. And, it's unfortunate it has to be like that. But like I said, the history is very fresh for some.
I understand it. I mean,
and when you find like you said it, like people, they're pretty keyed in on your energy. Like they have something in Hawaii called mana, which is like your life force, your sort of like your energy. So they key in on that and they understand like if you're full of shit, they'll smell you out pretty quick. And it's funny, there's a saying, don't mistake my aloha for weakness. And I always love that. Because there's some badass motherfuckers in Hawaii. Like they grow up like fighting each other, so it's like someone had a license plate that said that. And but yeah, but like if you just exercise the golden rule, you'll be fine. Like do unto others, and they will do unto you. It's like it's very straightforward. Be respectful, and you'll be fine.
The aloha is real.
Oh yeah, yeah. And how is funny because aloha is the act like to breathe life into. Like that's why you see like people put their foreheads together. Like if you ever seen the movie Moana, At the end, she puts her forehead to Tafiti or whatever, and it's literally like breathing life into the other person. So Haole is a term that means without breath, like no life. Essentially, that's how they referred to like white people back in the day. That's essentially what it means. Any Hawaiian historians that want to, they're keeping notes or whatever. But yeah, it essentially means without breath. So you're like a lifeless like husk that's basically how they refer to white people.
You taking notes, people? There'll be a test on this.
I learned some really good lessons from Moana. Mainly that giant shiny crabs are awesome.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I think I'm gonna call it a night, you guys. Had fun.
Yeah, man.
Right, Trey.
Of course. Have a good night, dude.
See ya.
Later.
Toodles.
Well,
fine.
Yeah, you see what you did? Scaring people away, Code.
I feel bad now.
Yeah,
nice. No one gets offended till I get here.
Just so you know, the link changes every time. So you were sitting in the old green room. By the way.
I know. I saw that. I noticed that. I'm like, I want to get in. Wait a minute.
What did Heron say? You should play the game The Forgotten City. It's about the Golden Rule. Forgotten City. What is that? It's on Steam.
Now I gotta Google
about the Golden Rule. Did you not just read the?
Oh, I said where can I play it?
I swear you just said, what is that? Never mind, I'm dumb.
I'm just trying to find like a picture for it. Oh, I actually never played this.
Oh, is this the? No, it's not. I was thinking of the Sunken City. It's like the weird like H.P. Lovecraft game. I don't know.
That game looked good. I think that one came out a couple years ago, right? You're talking about the Sunken City one, or it was like a kind of a noir style.
Yeah. Steampunkish type too. Yeah, it's forgot it. I just got a new game actually. I haven't bought a lot of new games recently because I've been trying to play the things I really like, and I've like had my library. But Thymesia was a game that just came out. It's like an action RPG, but with like Souls-like sort of elements. I was watching a couple of streamers play it. It looked pretty cool. It looked pretty rad.
Another Souls game, The Rage 2.
Hell yeah, dude. But really, it's been Multiverses for me. Multiverses is
bought a game, and it's been a while since I bought a game. Since Gran Turismo dropped.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting you're the Gran Turismo guy.
Yes.
The race car sim, man.
Yes. And all of my fancy schmancy cars.
I haven't been trying to buy new games because work is not doing so well. But it's so funny. Work isn't doing so well now, but then the Steam Deck is like, hey, your Steam Deck's ready.
Yeah.
You want to spend the $600 that you reserved your space for all these months? Oh, sure. Yes.
Is $600? Is that the low end one? That's $600.
It was the high end.
That was the high end one. Yeah. See, I have my Switch, and that's all I need for a portable game. I don't even play it portable. Like sometimes I'll sit on the couch and play like Mario Maker, but I just don't need to play.
I took mine off the thing like twice now, and I barely play it as it is, let alone, like I said, Gran Turismo is the main game I play. But every once in a while I get on the Switch, primarily to play Mario Kart with, some of the other nerds.
Right.
But then I just get frustrated because it turns out that when I play against the computer, I'm much better than when I play against people.
Yep. I found that out the other day. I played a couple online games of Mario Kart. Got my ass handed to me. Like It wasn't even close.
I get on some of the streams of some of the Geeks and Gamers people, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to kick ass on this one. No.
I heard they released some new maps not too long ago.
Yeah, there's
a
like
bunch, apparently.
Yeah. There's like
Everybody
12
got
new
excited.
tracks. Or not 12, I think 8 maybe. 8 new tracks. Yeah,
there's always that one jerk that wants to pick that Rainbow Bridge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no, Baby Park. That's everyone's favorite.
Nah, dude, if you choose the Rainbow Bridge one, the one that has like no guardrails, if you choose that, you're a horrible person. You're just a horrible person. And because they're not good at it either.
Right.
They just want to have everybody else suffer.
Yeah, you just hope you're better than the next guy.
Then you're gonna suck at it too.
So I was playing multiverses today. I was playing a couple of matches, and I'm like starting to like get good and a little bit good. And I'm not gonna say I'm getting good. I've been able to land some combos, which has been satisfying. Because I'm horrible at fighting games, but this one seems to have like I found some success with. Or maybe what?
Go ahead. Sorry.
It's just fun. Like it's a good time. You don't have to like take it seriously. It's a brawler. I guess that someone corrected me the other day. It's not a fighting game. It's a brawler. But
fighting games are doing too much these days. I mean, I grew up. Fighting games for me was like Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
The original. And I go and I get like a free one on PlayStation like a year ago, and I'm like, what the hell? Like 8 million different combinations that require like 10 key presses. I'm like, dude, just calm down. Meanwhile, my kid's like just destroying me, and she's just mashing on buttons. I'm like,
there's a sort of like in depth to multiverses that I enjoy. Like every individual character has this very certain amount of powers that they can use.
Right.
On a time limit, you can only use them so many times. Which I just thought like that's actually really interesting. It's a lot more than just trying to learn the move sets. You got to actually learn their situation and powers, and then be able to combo with them.
Right. It's similar to like Rocket League. Rocket League's mechanics are pretty simple, but like there's such a high skill ceiling to it because there's so much you can do with those basic controls.
Code is so shamed.
That game makes me just want to hurt people.
I love Rocket League.
In real life, I played that one time and almost threw my child out a window.
It's true, man. Like, especially if you get into a lobby with like a Smurf or something, and they're just like they have the ball in the front of their car, like all the way down the field. Like, okay, well, I guess I'll go fuck myself.
Just in general, not even when you're playing against good kids or good people or bad. Just the whole idea of the game, it just drives me insane.
I think it's a great idea for a game, though. It's like it makes perfect sense. Soccer ball, cars, let's fucking go. He goes, no.
It makes me want to kick a kitten.
Jesus.
I really enjoy watching pros play that game because I'll watch them play. I'm like, yeah, I could fucking do that. And I get into like a bit like, nope, I can barely keep my car up in the air by myself. I don't know, man. It's fun because, here's the thing with Rocket League, and I guess multiverses to some extent, I feel like I can play the game and have fun, but also still be competitive. Like I don't feel the need to like practice constantly. It's like, I'll just go in there and play a couple of games. And by the third or fourth game, like I'm feeling better and my moves are a little bit good. I can like do an aerial pretty well or edge guard and multiverses after the third game. So it's like, I don't know, because I'm a very competitive person. So when I get into those games, I want to win and be the best. But I'm old and don't have direction.
Just trying to have fun.
Like, yeah, I want a game that I can hop into and play. I don't want to have to learn 8 million different things. I just want to, and I'm a proponent for easy mode. I like easy. If a game doesn't have easy mode, I'm not going to go on Twitter and bitch about it. But I like games that have easy mode because when I first play it, I don't want to struggle. I just want to play and then go back and play it harder.
That's fair.
But again, if games don't have easy mode, they don't have easy mode, and I'll figure it out, or I won't play it. But then again, I play games like Gran Turismo that freak people the hell out.
I was gonna say, like, what do you mean you want to chill? You're playing Gran Turismo. You're like, oh, make sure I have the right torque wrench for this fucking.
Like, okay, it ain't that in depth.
Yeah, no, I know.
It ain't that in depth. You just gotta make sure you
gotta have the right torque wrench.
You just gotta make sure that your suspension's dialed in properly, and you
gotta change my oil every 3 months.
You do.
See, that doesn't belong. That doesn't belong in a racing game. Are you kidding me?
It does, because if you have an oil life, you have you do, because when you're racing, it degrades, and it will degrade your performance.
But that's not a mechanic that belongs in a fucking, like, just call it race car simulator then.
It is a simulator.
But is it?
It's called Gran Turismo, the real racing simulator.
All right, fine.
Okay.
It's actually, and the whole game is all about being as real as possible.
Okay, that's fair. I guess
that is a silly thing, and it's not a big part of the game. I mean, you can lose like 2 horsepower if you don't change your oil. I don't know of the newer. I think the older version, your engine, no, you would lose like 5% total. But there are people that, and this is one of those games that there are people that play like I do, just to have fun. And I play it not on easy mode, but kind of easy mode. And then there's world championships. People that have $10,000 racing setups at their desk.
Jeez.
And they're good. It's scary how good they are.
I got this $40 racing wheel from Target.
They got guys like Lewis Hamilton that are helping them, test the game, and GT Sport, the previous version, test the game and talking about how realistic it is. When Lewis Hamilton's like, dude, this game is like super realistic.
Who's Lewis Hamilton?
God, you're dead. How do you not know a niche racing thing? He is the most winningest F1 driver ever.
Cool.
He's an F1 racer. He's one of the best racers.
Never watched NASCAR. Never watched any kind of racing.
I can't do NASCAR. I like NASCAR when they're on road tracks, because watching NASCAR cars, NASCAR drivers try to turn right is just, it's great.
We got some new peeps in the chat. What's up, Darkcopter, Aurora, and Zombie?
Danica Patrick sucks.
Yeah, she sucks.
Is that who the Danica Darkcopter is? Who's Danica? Danica Patrick. Jeez, good God. I was like, oh my God, she's a hot woman that drives.
I bet she makes less than the men.
She didn't play no. She didn't play. She doesn't race no more because she sucked.
Yeah,
that's why she made less than the men.
Well, she was a NASCAR driver first, right?
Yeah,
and then she switched over to Formula One.
I don't think she made it to Formula One.
Or maybe she tried it out or something. I feel like
she tried on one. I want to say she tried Formula 3.
Oh, okay.
Darkcopter, did she do Formula One? I thought she.
What the fuck is Formula 3? Is that like the minor leagues?
Yes.
Oh.
I didn't know
3,
that.
2, 1.
So that was before I started watching F1.
Okay.
Yeah, there's Formula 3, 2, 1, Formula E. These fools all get started in like karting when they're like 6. Yeah, you don't just like, I'm gonna race F1. You start off as a child.
They put you in the front seat of the car when you're born, and you drive home from the hospital.
I mean, pretty much. You ride home in a cart.
What kind of Ricky Bobby backstory is going on right now?
Go fast.
Yeah. I need arcadey racing games. Like, well, the only one I wanted, the reason I actually got my racing wheel was, for my son, because he was playing what was he playing? The Xbox Forza Horizon. He was like, I just want to drive into the water. So he's like skating across the lake that's in there. But I wanted to play some Euro Truck Simulator or American Truck Simulator, and just chill, just drive and talk. But I couldn't get, like, for some reason my racing wheel won't pair with the game. It doesn't recognize it properly. So it's pretty annoying.
At first, I thought you said you got a racing wheel for your Switch, and I was like, doesn't it have like tilt controls or something? Like, why would you need a wheel for that?
Yes, it does, but no.
It's just awful.
You're like, U-turn, U-turn,
yeah,
U-turn, U-turn. Driving a straight line, you sniff, and all of a sudden you're spinning out.
Right? Yeah. My kid still likes, like, we got him like the little racing wheel for Mario Kart, and he'll use it occasionally.
Y'all remember the racing wheel for Mario Kart on the
Wii?
On the Wii? Oh,
God, I hated that thing.
I even, like, when we got our Wii, we got like this little gun that I would use for like Resident Evil.
Oh yeah,
it was so bad.
Yep.
We had a Wii, and the only thing that thing got used for was Guitar Hero.
Oh yeah,
I loved Guitar Hero.
That was my jam back in the day. Doing all the expert songs while you're drunk. Hell yeah, I was still an expert.
The worst mistake I've ever had, the worst game I've ever had on the Wii was World at War Call of Duty. And they tried to implement the tilt controls into the gameplay. And for God's sakes, it wouldn't register right. You would always fail the mission. You never got it right. Timing was always
Was
off.
that the World War One?
No, that was It was the Pacific. Yeah, it was like where I think what's his name? Kiefer Sutherland was like one of the voices in it. It was like Southeast Asia, like part of it. Like
the first COD to have zombies, I would say.
There was.
Oh yeah, it was. It was.
Yeah, I don't play any of those. There was a World War One game on the Wii that we had bought, and you had to aim, so you're like constantly like, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Now I would go some ham on some Wii tennis.
Okay, yeah, Wii Sports was
bowling.
There was there was like one that had like darts, like a tabletop games kind of one that had like a shuffleboard.
Yep.
You'd have to like.
Is that Wii Resort?
Probably.
It may have been. Had darts, shuffleboard.
Darts.
Man, you couldn't handle me at darts.
Throw the whole control.
Could not hang with me at darts and shuffleboard. I was like 25 drunk playing like a shuffleboard like I was a 70-year-old grandma on a cruise.
That's how you got to do it, man.
Well, the darts, you had to hold it, and you had to hold the button, and you kind of had to let go of the button at the right time. But you had to have it aimed right. And if, as you were moving, if you tilted it down like at all, it would go whoop. Oh man, we had parties. We would get. I mean, darts.
Code's out hustling on Wii Resort.
We darts
to play.
We play for shots.
That's
funny.
Yeah.
God, that was the game. I want to get a Wii just for that game now.
Don't do it.
I have a Wii. It's in the attic. It's not coming down.
They're paperweights now.
Get that game and play the darts and shuffleboard, man.
They just came out, I think, with like new like Wii games like that for or like motion games for the Switch. I think.
Oh, I thought you were talking about for like the original Wii. Like they're still making games for the original Wii.
No. They're either ported over to the Switch, or I think they came out with like a new bunch of them.
Smash Bros. God,
well, let's talk about the worst console.
Oh, Just Dance was fun.
Just
oh, dude, I hate that I loved it so much.
In college, I got the Dance Revolution mat, and we played that with the arrows.
I had one that connected to the PS2.
Yeah, that's what we played it on. That's what we played it on, the PS2.
Dance Revolution.
Going to like arcade, and you could always. This is gonna sound so bad. There was like the Dance Revolution. It was all the Asian kids would just walk straight to Dance Revolution, and there'd be my sitting like this high above anybody, just standing there watching. And one of them always, want to play? And I'm like, no. Do I know? I tried a couple times and just like 10 seconds into a song, I'm like, yeah, this ain't happening.
Well, back when that game costed a quarter to play at the arcade, it was just a line. There was a huge line for people to play Dance Dance Revolution.
Hell yeah.
There's a barcade near me that I need to hit. It's all free games.
Oh, that's awesome.
We have one here. It sucks.
It's a cider arcade. They have a bunch of ciders and stuff.
They have one near me. It's like you pay $20 and play as much as you want. It's like you just stay there all day if you want. It's all the old, like there's Pac-Man, Galaga, Joust. Like there's a whole bunch of cabinets there. It's a fun place.
I really miss those old arcades. You can play.
They're coming back. They're coming back.
You think so? Ours?
Yeah. Oh no, they actually are. Like they're like physically, they're not the original games, but I mean they're rebuilding the games. But they're building arcades they're like classic arcades.
Oh, it's just like emulated onto another arcade
Well,
system.
I mean they're real, full on arcade games, but they're new, newly built, cabinets. But they're coming out because it's one of those. Hey, look, old guys, here's games from when you were a child. And the old guys like me are like, yeah.
Yeah, right. They used to have they had Miss Pac-Man on like the sit-down table at the local pizza place. It was like the best pizza in town. You sit down, we play Miss Pac-Man, and I actually played because for some reason my son was like, he has this like little Pac-Man game you got at Target for like $5. It's like a weird imitation of it, but we saw the other game at the arcade, and he sat down and he like beat the first level. I'm like, holy shit, I don't think I've ever beaten the first level of Pac-Man, and my 5-year-old son just went and dominated. Like, okay, sweet. But I've never it made me think like I've never actually sat down and played Pac-Man, like seriously. So I
did when I was a kid.
Yeah,
when I was a kid, I would tear up Pac-Man. Then I got older and not Mario Kart. Mortal Kombat came out. And it was just like I would tear it up, and I play them now. I go back, I'm like, oh, I haven't played this game since blah blah blah, and I'm like, I don't know if I suck or if this game sucks, but like I can't play Super Mario Brothers to save my life.
Oh really? I'm like, I want to practice a speed run of that game.
It's so slow. Like you got to hit jump like an hour before you start the game.
As Super Mario Bros. For the SNES, and it was the input was kind of slow.
The old school Nintendo one. I was at a store and they had a Nintendo, and just an NES. It was there and it had Mario Brothers. I'm like, oh yeah, and I hop up and I'm like, I suck at this because I got so used to games that are instant and you need to be quicker, and you go play these old games that have like no joke a half-second lag. And you got to readjust to it.
A game I want to try and play seriously again is Contra. Like I remember getting pretty far in that game, but it's probably one of the best NES games ever made. Like the original one. They remade it, and it's like it's not the same. They totally changed it.
Is it on the Wii? On the Switch?
Yeah, I think it's on there, but do I have mine down here?
They have one for the PS4 now.
But that one's totally different. It's maybe the NES or maybe the one on the Switch is a little better.
Are you sure it wasn't the Sega system?
No.
Was it Sega?
Oh, Mega Man too. That's another one that I tried and I was just so bad at it. Never did anything with it.
I want to get a copy of Leisure Suit Larry and play that.
Yeah. Oh my!
I remember my dad playing the original. I don't know if y'all Leisure Suit Larry. My dad playing that when I was a kid, and you had to like answer a question at the beginning to prove you were like an adult. Who was the president in 1974? And I was like 6. Like, what's 1974? But that was the game where you had to like go around and like you had to go get you had like a thing you had to do. I can't remember what it was, but at some point you got to sleep with the hooker. You got to get her upstairs, get past her pimp. And then you'd have to like type, and you're typing, get in bed, have sex. And all of a sudden there's this censored bar, and it would go like this. And the censored bar would go up and down. And as a kid, I'm like,
what's happening?
it was like the greatest game in the world. And it was just all text. I mean, it wasn't text based, but you had to type to tell it what to do.
Right.
You got to get a drink to get past the bouncer. That way you get upstairs to get to the hooker.
Sierra Games strategy guide.
It was yeah. I mean, for then it was probably pretty intense.
Do you guys remember Redneck Rampage?
God, that sounds so familiar.
It was a computer game. Was it by Sierra? Who made that? It's actually on Steam. Holy shit!
Yes, it is. Right,
Zatrix Entertainment. Yeah, dude, it was probably the most inappropriate game for a kid to play. I think at one point, there's a pair of boobies that was like a weapon.
Boobies. I do remember this game.
Let me see if
I'm showing my age.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, I was just talking about Leisure Suit Larry, was a game where you typed in text to tell him where to go. So yeah. Yeah, my first game was Tic-Tac-Toe on a Commodore 64.
They had Tic-Tac-Toe on that? Wow.
You had to write it in BASIC.
You had to write it in DOS.
It was before DOS.
Fuck,
you had to write it.
Young.
You wrote it in BASIC.
I think my first game, it was a game called Scorched Earth on MS-DOS. That and Commander Keen. And then Scorched Earth was like a tank game. So you had like a little tank, you had different weapons you could buy each round, and you had to take out the other tanks, just your barrel on the tank, and you'd shoot and you'd give it enough power to get. It was like a guess and check sort of game, and I used to play that all the time with my brother and my dad. We would just sit all around the one computer, take our turns. But you could get like a nuke. One of the weapons was a nuke, and it made like a giant giant red circle. But part of the strategy was you could dig away different parts of like the map, and like your tank would take damage if it fell. It was a really cool game.
I remember that game. I'm looking at screenshots, and oh my god.
Yeah, that Commander Keen was another one that was like really, really big back in the day for me.
I mean, if you weren't playing Zork, you weren't playing games. I want to see if anybody remembers Zork. Anybody? No? All right.
Hold on. I might know it, but maybe not.
About to show
Tech space.
Wait.
Tech space. You just don't get eaten by the Gru.
I was promised nachos. Where are the nachos?
I had Pong console.
I have one nacho for you. I had a Pong console. It said 2 turning knobs.
I am young. My very first game that I've ever played on any system or anything at all with electronics was a Windows XP space pinball machine.
That thing, yeah.
With like a 3, I think it had like the 3 ones you could play.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's the very first game I've ever played. But that's just because I'm young.
Well, I think I would say my very I guess Super Mario Brothers and like Duck Hunt was like the first game I played on the NES. But like I remember even maybe right at the same time there was a game called Dangerous Dave that we used to play at school on the Apple IIe.
Oh,
yeah, we had a whole room of Apple IIes. It was like state of the art technology at the time. But yeah, Dangerous Dave was a game I remember playing as a very
Apple
young.
IIe, man, that was back like Oregon Trail.
Yeah, Oregon Trail. Yep, that might even been before Oregon Trail. But yeah, it was. I wonder if anyone else remembers Dangerous Dave. See if can you even search that?
First game was Sonic on Sega.
Yeah, there it is. Holy shit!
Oh wow!
Is it just
1990?
It's just gonna stay blurry. There it goes.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, what's
up, sheep?
Pat's
you
collection.
died of dysentery.
Oh, and I you gotta see this one too. A friend bought this for me.
Shut up,
What's up, sheep? What's going on?
I learned BASIC on Apple II before the IIe. Yeah. Moneytown. What's this porn site? Oh my god!
Wow.
Yeah, this one friend bought for me.
That's awesome.
This lady actually takes famous paintings and paints other things into them.
Yes, I've seen those.
Yeah, that's one of them.
That's really cool.
Yeah, a friend bought that for me. I'm like, oh my god, that's so awesome. I'm like, I'm a nerd and I'm old.
Race for Midnight. I watched She-Hulk.
Okay, Sheep, don't bring She-Hulk into this.
Yeah, we're having a good night.
Yeah,
we already talked about
She-Hulk. Okay, now I gotta sit here and feel bad for all the women that are catcalled and how they have to hold in all their anger all the time, and that makes them better than the Hulk. Also, why is she hotter as She-Hulk than she is as her in that show?
I know, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of how it is in the comics too, though. What is this?
I mean, she just looks like a younger version of her. I mean, obviously green, but she looks like a younger version of herself when she's She-Hulk.
I should use some bleach for your eyes.
Oh my god, Renee put in. Is this?
Yes, it is.
Oh my god, I remember this. Hold on. I mean, I think this. I remember this exact scene in the game. Let me just share my screen real quick. Where is it? Like this is an actual screenshot of the game. You're going down the hill, and this fucking killer ass robot is chasing you.
What game was that?
Oh,
I think this was still Dangerous. What is this? I know this. I don't know if it's still Dangerous Dave or not. What is that game?
I don't think that's Dangerous Dave.
What is that?
I remember this game.
Gotta Google it.
Sky Free? What? It's a Yeti. It's not just a rock. It's a boulder.
Sky Chase. Sky Free?
Skytro?
No, what? Is the Abominable Snowman? No, it's a robot.
Dark After Horse.
I think it was supposed to be Snowman.
Was it? I remember this happening. I just don't remember what game it was. But like that's it. Like I can smell the old computer room at this point. Like I know it smells like a bottle of ranch.
Yeah,
that's what it smells
the game
like.
is called Ski Free.
Ski Free. Okay.
The release date was 1991.
Yep. It's not just a boulder; it's a rock.
It's not just a boulder; it's a rock.
Oh man.
I was trying to look up that scene from Leisure Suit Larry when you like with the hooker. And
Yeah.
so I scroll through, and for some reason, I don't know why I found this funny. A composite shows that the Caucasian hooker was. I was like, I mean, you really needed to put that in there?
Yep.
Caucasian. She was from the Caucasus Mountains. Pitfall. Pitfall was awesome.
Yeah. Pitfall was great. You know what game actually? Oh,
Which
E.T.?
Darkhopper mentioned E.T. There's a whole documentary about that. About
the E.T. for Atari was god awful.
Yeah, it was the worst game ever made. What is that documentary called? Why am I typing so slow?
Because it's midnight.
Yeah, it is a little late.
It's 1.
Yes. I'm guessing Yu-Yo is that's who you are, but Wolfenstein 3D. I have that. I actually think I have it installed right now. Wolfenstein 3D is like one of the best games ever. You get to fight Robo Hitler at the end.
There's a documentary called Atari Game Over.
Oh,
I watched that, and they did talk about the ET movie.
It's about a crew digs up all the old Atari 2600 game cartridges of the ET game that were tossed into a landfill in the 80s. It was actually really good.
Chief Sidian says, "I'm no longer beholden to my previous job, so I'm drinking whiskey in celebration." Cheers, brother.
Cheers. Bankai.
Spy Fox. Spy Fox and dry cereal.
What?
They just released again the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like the arcade game. I thought about getting that.
I wanted to get it.
This is the
I want to get.
Robo Hitler in Wolfenstein 3D. Hell yeah.
I spun up Wolfenstein, and my oldest daughter played it when she was 12. I'm like, hey, check this game out. And she's like, this is horrible. Can't believe you played this game. Like 5 hours later, she finished playing.
Yeah.
She was like, this is garbage, and just sat there for hours playing and just loving it. I'm like,
Yeah, tell me how bad it is.
So bad.
It is awful. And yet you played forever and a day, didn't you?
Right. So often I play games I hate and beat them.
Yeah.
Have I ever hate played a game? I don't think so. Sure I have.
I hate played a game called For Honor. It was actually the one game I raged at so hard I put holes in the walls. I never picked it up again.
There's a game I played growing up on SNES. I never hear about it anymore. It's called Arrow the Acrobat. You play this like little bat thing, and it was basically a Sonic type game. It was like a Sonic clone.
Acro-bat.
Yes.
I remember that.
Yep.
God.
Yeah, it was a really, really good game that it's
I
not
remember
on
the game.
Switch. But...
I don't think I played the game, but I remember the game.
Yeah. But it was, if you played it, it's very, very like similar to not quite as fast paced as Sonic, but it like the same sort of like movement and everything.
It looks pretty damn close.
I only had like 3 games that I remember when playing the SNES. I had Super Mario Bros. I had the Jurassic the Jurassic Park game for the SNES. And then I had the Lion King game, which was like the hardest game.
The hardest game, yeah.
It was so rough.
There's only been a couple games I've thought about speed running, like trying to learn it. Super Mario Brothers is one of them, but Donkey Kong Country was another one that I've watched like speed runs on and thought I've played this game enough. I could probably like learn how to do it.
Night Trap on the Sega CD.
Sega CD?
Yep. Sega CD came out and they were trying to do all these like live action cutscene games.
Mm-hmm.
And Night Trap, and there was another one I can't remember, but they were like the best thing ever. They were so horrible, but they were actual live action games. And so they came out with like, oh, this is the best thing ever. I can't believe how real this is. And you look at them now, you're like, wow, I played that crap.
Have you ever heard an old PC game called Creatures?
No. I think she's talking about the one that I think it's a game from like 98. And it's huge, like these little creatures that had huge eyes. I actually don't remember playing it, but I do remember hearing of it. It was like they were like gremlin looking things. It was they looked awful.
Yeah, I never played that one.
Oh, yes. I don't remember playing it, but I remember it.
I don't remember ever playing it, but I do know of it.
Yeah, it was. Oh, it's on Steam.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the evil games that the U.S. Congress went after Night Trap.
Probably. I don't think that was a joke. I honestly, from what I remember of it, if I remember correctly, I shouldn't have been playing it.
He wants to come in, Shags.
I sent him a Discord DM. You come in for a little bit, but be calling it at night soon. Yeah, it's cheap. If you want to jump in, Discord DM. Oh man.
Do it. Sheep.
Do it.
Hey.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Get it right.
Get it right.
God, I thought I was going to play games tonight, but I should have known better.
As a result of publicity generated by the hearings, retailers sold 50,000 copies of Night Trap the following week. Oh, that's so messed up.
That's funny.
Oh, U.S. Senate's like, no, we gotta get rid of this. Sega's like, thank you. Please complain about more of our games.
Wait, did your alt get banned?
Yeah.
That's what you get for trying to get around your ban.
Oh no, they didn't get me because I was ban evading. They got me because of what was it? They said I was promoting violence and deletion, self-deletion.
Oh God.
And self-deletion.
But the funny thing about the whole situation is I don't even know what the hell the tweet was. It's like they didn't tell me. They're just like, you know what? Yeah, ban. Why? Yeah, whatever. Don't worry about it. Like, just ban. All right, sure.
Some of y'all get banned for this stuff, and I'm like, some of the things that I say, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna catch a ban for this one, but fuck it.
You gotta get reported.
And nothing happens.
You just gotta get reported usually. If you get reported, usually that's.
So I just need more haters.
Yes, exactly.
I did catch a ban or a suspension for telling Don Lemon to learn to code.
Yep. Was that recently? Are they still banning for that?
No.
He misinterpreted which.
I didn't know that learn to code was an attack on journalists.
Well, he misinterpreted what you meant by learn to code, and that he thought you meant like go touch a woman.
Or
it was like 4 years ago.
Not
too,
be an
that
ass.
was controversial.
Yeah, that's the only thing I ever caught of all the things I've said, and I have said some things. That's the only thing I've ever caught a suspension for was telling Don Lemon to learn to code.
Telling someone learn to code is Japanese for saying go tell Fredo that he's go call Andrew Cuomo Fredo. That's what it is.
I didn't get banned for calling him Fredo either.
You should have.
They were just like, catch this.
I had an account for a while that I was literally trying to get banned just to kind of test the waters and see what happened.
Right.
And I had followed, God, thousands of people and had like 500 followers, and more than I have on my real account. But and I was just tweeting things, just all the stuff that like, oh yeah, so and so famous person got banned. I'm like, well, I'm going to tweet that real quick. Nothing. That's I'm like, I don't know if I wonder what else they're getting busted. But I think that like, when people like Crowder and them get banned, I think they're getting like 8,000 reports.
Oh, easily. Yeah.
And that sheep guy was just offensive in general.
I don't know what the hell the sheep guy's problem is. He's got so many issues. It's beyond me.
It's the racism.
It's the racism for me.
It's the racism. Speciesism.
Yeah.
Speciesism.
Twitter treating you like the black man that you are.
Yeah, pretty much.
Beating you around like a redheaded stepchild.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we are slowly replacing the gingers. So it kind of is the move here.
That scares me because one of my children is a ginger.
Oh.
So
that won't be me. It'll probably be my kid, but not me.
Well, technically, she's not a ginger. She's just redheaded.
Oh man!
As she gets older,
if I have a boy, then I got news for you.
Did I tell you my? I don't know. This is like the moment has passed, but I feel like I have to say it anyway because.
Yes, you told us.
Okay.
Yes. We like the ranch. We understand.
Did I tell you? Yes. Okay.
All right.
Well,
making sure.
I feel like we're so far gone from the moment that it will just sound stupid if I say it. But
and now
you have to say it.
And now I'm just making it worse.
Joke.
So I finally saw Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, nice.
There we go. How did you like it? 2 thumbs.
Oh my God, I hate to admit to it, but it was better than the original.
Oh no, you stop that.
It was better than the first one. It was.
I don't know. Danger Zone's pretty damn legendary.
Hold on. It wasn't better. It was. I think it was funner.
Okay.
I don't want to say better. I think it was funner. So, but Shags, what was it that you were gonna say earlier?
I like my coffee like I like.
I want the band.
I like my coffee like I like my slaves.
Oh, gross.
Full of cream?
Oh no, that's why you drink black, don't you?
Full of cream?
Putting some ranch on it.
Ranch coffee.
Short and pale?
I like this mother. I'm mad I completely missed that one.
Y'all are fucking racist.
He's got the Amistad beans.
Amistad beans.
I only drink white coffee. With extra creamer.
Right.
And almond milk.
You just see him drink milk.
Yo, white is right. White is right. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right. Stop lying to yourself. You like your coffee black.
Hell yeah.
White coffee with extra almond milk.
Black
oh man, but
thick.
No, I wanted to jump in while I wanted to jump in while the whole like video game conversation was going on. Does anybody remember Scanners?
The movie?
The movie?
Well, No. It was actually like all right. So everybody remembers the era of Tamagotchis and shit, right?
Yeah.
Oh God.
So after Tamagotchis, they had like little Digivices, and they were like Tamagotchis but with Digimon. Then they had this other thing called scanners, where you go around and like you scan barcodes on different products.
Oh my!
And they give you monsters and shit. Man, that was one of my favorite fucking toys
was that
growing
when you
up.
scan them, get them, and then fight each other?
Yes.
Yes. Exactly.
And it had the little links at the top, the little copper pit pieces at the top, and you can just like battle your neighbor, your brother, or whatever.
Yep.
Oh man. That was a fucking jam.
That was so awesome.
It was crazy.
I told Amarada I'm going to go ahead
and that.
I told Amarada I was going to ball out on that at some point in time. She was like, "No, you're not." And I was like, "You're right." But I am.
I'm like, I can't remember when that.
I think that was late 90s, like
God, I don't think I was. I think I was like a full grown ass adult. I
Damn, I barely had a grocery store.
Start scanning random things.
Yes,
2000 to 2006 is when those were like there. So
okay,
I was nearly 18 at that point.
I was a full grown.
I was nearly 18. I was not. Shagsworth, you were not anywhere near 40.
I am.
That's a fucking lie.
Well, I'm closer to 40 than I am 30. That's for damn sure.
That's a fucking lie. You're like 33.
Oh, I was born in 85, man.
So I wasn't a full grown man, but I was a legal adult.
You mean to tell me I'm like probably the youngest person in the chat or in the call right now?
I'm probably younger than you.
Yeah, Rock is probably the youngest.
Wait, how old are you two?
I'm 32.
Oh.
I'm 24.
Yes.
I don't believe it.
Old man.
I'm 24.
Yeah,
I was born.
I don't believe it. How are you a better father than me?
Well,
oh, you know what? Hold on, I gotta go get some milk and cigarettes. I'll be right back.
I am 24. I was born in 1998.
Damn.
Jesus.
I am a youngin.
It's weird when I think like, oh, my kids were born. My oldest was born in 2017. I'm like, oh, so he'll be the class of 35. Holy shit. That's weird.
When I was 5 years old, I had a full-time job. Yeah, nobody remembers that movie?
Nope.
Major Pain.
Oh,
okay.
My God.
I was going a way different perspective than that.
Pop your titty out his mouth.
I just watched that like a year ago too. It was horrible.
Oh, that movie is great.
It was so horrible. I loved it. I mean, I'm gonna
take this. I'm gonna take this here left foot, kick you across the right side of your face.
Was Miss Honey? Was that her name in that movie?
Still in there.
Who was the woman in that? Fuck.
You're talking about I'm so mad I'm forgetting her name because she played Hillary on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah, I can see her face.
Yeah.
Go to the videotape.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Michael Ironside was in that movie. That's right.
Yeah.
Bam Bigelow. Holy shit.
And Bam Bigelow is the one that got kicked in the face.
Yeah. Holy shit. Where is it? Topcast. Can't see everyone.
Karen Parsons.
Karen Parsons. That was her name.
Where?
God, that movie is
legendary.
Right.
That movie's great.
That man said, "Uproot yourselves, my little bean sprouts." Oh man.
That's too funny.
Oh my God. On IMDb, I type in Major Pain. And I saw 2022 TV and I thought, oh God, no.
Please no.
What?
No.
I gotta go incognito for this one.
It's an episode of something. It's an episode of House of Pain.
Oh.
But I saw that 2022 TV. I'm like, no, please God, no, don't do that. That'd be so bad. They're redoing so much stuff. They're redoing so much.
They gotta stop.
I mean, yeah. If it was a bad movie back then, okay, redo it. But if it's something good, just stop.
I just don't want anything redone. If it's bad, let it be bad. I don't want anybody to redo the room.
Oh, I read an article the other day said they were and it was like, you know, they're like they're remaking blah blah blah, and then in talks are these movies, and one of them was The Lost Boys.
Oh, come
on now.
Oh, you know damn well.
Well, they redid Flatliners. Like how? Like why would you ruin such a good movie?
And it was terrible because they had artists. They had the actor formerly known as Ellen Page in it.
That's exactly what I was thinking of. If they redo Lost Boys, you know Elliot Page is going to be in there.
Make your own shit. Write something. Do something different.
Wait, when
that's what I'm doing.
Flatliners.
Oh, speaking of doing something different,
Whoa.
I don't know if I told everybody that Amarada's once puppy chewed through the power cord for the art tablet. I got a new one. It came in today, so I'm back in business.
So the dog's on the street now as well?
Yes. Out the fucking house. I opened the door like what we do for cats. Like it's gone.
Open the door like Jay opens it for cats.
It's gone.
Hold on. That whole conversation that whole thing so her once puppy chewed through the electrical cord. I'm thinking, is it dead? And I got another one. I just got the new one showed up today. I'm like, wait, the dog died and you just replaced it with another one?
That's what I heard.
The dog. What I heard once too, I was like,
I'm like, I know this isn't what he's actually saying, but this
what happened is like
so smooth.
The dog died, and I replaced the dog with a power cord for my tablet. And then I opened the door to let the other
tablet out?
To let the other dogs out, like cats.
We had to throw the old tablet outside because it was ruined. So yeah.
Now we're on good terms. No, she sold the puppy.
Oh, poor puppy.
No, it's fine. Puppy's fine. Puppy's a little terror.
I almost got a new dog.
Kid, but I'm just sell him away.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, in all honesty, they weren't even supposed to be born the second litter because Amarado was trying to hold off on having more puppies, and then Christmas swung around, festivities were happening. Next thing I know, Brody! It's like, oh Lord. We are men.
She was trying to hold off on having more puppies.
Try. Keyword.
Oh my god.
How many litters has she had now?
I think 2. As far as I know, just 2.
2 full
I'm picking up what you're putting down there.
Having puppies, huh?
Oh no, no.
Well, I guess it makes sense with the Eldritch Horror.
Yeah.
Hoarder.
Horror?
I said
How
hoarder.
dare you?
Like hoarder. Game of Thrones. Hold on.
Oh, I heard that Gary actually pronounced her name right.
Like
No
5
way.
times in a row.
What?
Say it
Yeah.
5 times fast now.
No. No.
He mispronounced my name wrong.
Well, I was in the pool?
No. Oh, I forgot I still had that.
Actually, I think that you guys had super chatted and dropped like my channel name in there one time, and like I was listening to it, and he even like fucked up my name. Like, how do you fuck up my name? It's like Shagsworth. He said something
there,
like that.
Shagsworth.
Yeah.
You just
But yeah,
spaced it out.
He found a way to mess it up.
My old name, like Gecko Takahata, that's understandable. There's a lot of T's and K's in there. But like it's funny, every time somebody would pronounce a name, it'd be Gecko Tahata, get. Then they started calling me Gecko. There was like one person who pronounced it correctly. He was black. It was funny. But like after a while, I was just like, all right, you know what? Rebrand Sheep Cidian. That's easy.
Yeah.
At some point, someone ended up calling him, "Hey, Lizard Boy."
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, Gex. What's up, Gex?
Hey, Godzilla.
Good grief. Yeah, no, I had to change that. Rebrand. Now I'm known as Sheep Cidian. Local hero. Panic and Skywalker every now and then.
Skywalker. All right, you freaks. It's late. It's time to end this. I had fun once again. Code, Rock, Local Hero, Sheepsidian, banned on Twitter again.
Again.
Thank you guys for hanging with me tonight. But it is bedtime. It's bedtime and a half.
And I don't have to go to work. Or rather, I don't have to wake up to go to work.
What kind of whiskey are you drinking? You said you're drinking whiskey?
Oh, I have what did I break open today? Usually I had Glenlivet, but
that's Scotch.
I have
that's not whiskey.
For Glenlivet?
Yes, that's not whiskey.
Yeah, that's Scotch.
Scotch.
Well, no. What I was saying is like usually I drink Glenlivet, but today I broke out the Lagavulin.
I'm more of a Glenfiddich.
Wait, what year?
Kind of guy.
12.
Oh, 12. Get the Lagavulin 24 and just have your world changed. It's amazing.
They have 24 at the liquor store, and I saw the price tag, and I was like,
this man just said he ain't got a job no more.
Right? Yeah.
No, I didn't say I don't have a job anymore.
Oh,
I said I left my. I'm no longer beholden to that job. And now I work for Eric.
He doesn't know what he's drinking. Everything tastes too much like Hennessy.
No,
Lagavulin 24 is the absolute best Scotch out there. It's so good, but you got to pay for it.
I wish I drink Scotch.
You got to pay.
Hey, Shagsworth, let me hold like enough money to get a bottle of Lagavulin 24 year.
All right, yeah, it's in the mail. Check's in the mail.
Thanks.
All right, guys. Thank you, chat. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. 3 hours. You guys are awesome. Appreciate y'all. Next stream will be, I think, Monday night. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, yeah. Reset Eve for Destiny 2 will be playing over on my channel on Twitch. Make sure you hit the links down below. Oh, my God. He's showing his face. Can you believe it?
Hey, it's the guy that was standing next to Ryan. The really tan guy.
The really tan guy.
Well, the guy that I thought was Ryan.
It's Canel's one and only black friend. I'm
gonna take that picture. I'm gonna like chop sheep like 5 times in there. That way you can say, yeah, look, these are my 5 black friends.
Nice.
Do it. I fully support all kinds of memes.
All right, y'all. We're out of here. You guys have a great night. Thank you guys again for joining. We'll see you guys next time.
I like to put stuff online.